But
Okay, I mean, you don't float in
you're
orbit.
going further. You're going further, and you're saying you saw something in the sky, and it was in orbit. And so, what did you see that led you to believe that it was like in orbit? And what do you believe orbit is?
Okay, well, orbit is something that's orbiting and rotating around the Earth. It falls down to Earth from the Earth's gravity, but the only reason why it doesn't crash into Earth because it's moving horizontally as much as it's moving vertically down.
This
Does that
wasn't.
make
That
sense?
was a. It was a very unproductive question. But okay, you visually. I'm merely trying to ask about your visual experience. Okay, you said you visually experienced this light above you that was in orbit. I'm trying to focus on that in orbit. Now we know what you mean by in orbit. How do you know that's what it was doing? And that's what it is.
How do I know it was in orbit?
Sure.
Is that
Yeah.
what you're asking?
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah,
Visually.
and where it is. That's a very key point.
What do you mean
I
where
mean,
it is? Like where it is in orbit?
yeah, because they claim it's
What?
240 miles away from you.
Well, no. You're claiming it's in orbit. You're claiming it's crashing towards the ground, and the only thing that's keeping it from not crashing into the ground is what? What did you said? Uh, like there's a lot to this observation that I mean,
No, the
I see
crashing to
lights
the
in the
ground is
sky.
I mean,
how
all he
how
has
fast it
is a
stays in
story,
orbit.
dude. All you have is a story, my friend. You have nothing to back it up.
What are you talking? You ask pointless questions. He's talking about how I said the ISS is crashing into the ground. No, that's not what I saw. That's That's how orbit works. I was explaining how orbit works because he's saying that
Nice
when
story.
you orbit, there's no gravity and you just float. When you're in orbit, you have the
Nice story.
same gravity as you do on Earth.
Yeah, but unless you're in the Goldilocks zone, I guess, or whatever they call it, you're falling toward the Earth. You know, you have to get so far above and then be put in a certain trajectory to start falling around the Earth, and then you're going to have a decaying orbit from that point.
But
No, because you move horizontally as fast as the gravity's pulling you vertically down. So then, I mean, it was like a little bit more, if you moved a little bit more horizontally than you did vertically, then you would fly off Earth orbit. And if you moved more vertically down than you did horizontally, then you would crash into the Earth. There's a fine line that you have to do. And
Okay,
it's not like
maybe.
you're just floating in space. You're not even in
Well,
space, you're in orbit. Earth's
all right, in
gravity's still
orbit,
affecting you.
dude. Then you don't understand the decaying orbit. Anything that's not anything that's below the Goldilocks zones or whatever that's close enough to Earth, it has a decaying orbit. If it's supposed to be orbiting around Earth, it's decaying. You know, the orbit is decaying. You know this, don't
well,
you?
okay. But the question is here is like what a part of your friend's observation like proved that like this is what that thing was going through. Like you could see a light above you, even if orbit was true. Like even if the heliocentric model was true, okay, we could be talking about an observation that doesn't match that reality. So
You
your
also
friend, like what part of your observation proves the orbit that you're proclaiming the ISS was in? All you saw was a light above you
Just because they
until
told you.
yeah, in order
That's
to have
all
an
he.
orbit, you need to have a sphere. In order to have sphere, you need curvature. Do you have proof of curvature?
No. I
So
mean, there's
everything else that involves everything, so you don't have the base thing that you need. Therefore, you can believe everything else after that.
hello. Sorry,
So
I left the call.
And going back to you said you
No,
took
hold on. That was a good point, Helio. Let that sink in. I
I
want him.
didn't hear you. I left the call.
Yeah,
I swiped out of the
say that
app
again.
on accident.
so you say you don't have any proof of curvature, right?
I mean, there's math and what do you call it?
So no, you
Physics
don't.
and law that you can do.
Right now,
Yeah,
I
no.
can prove to you on paper that
And
with
then
math,
you,
I can prove that
you,
Superman can fly. Does that make it true?
How do you
I
prove that?
mean, you can't prove that Superman flies.
yeah,
Yeah,
with
I
math,
can.
I
On
guess.
paper, I can. With math, I totally can. Are you kidding? I'll
Fuck
post it
yeah.
right now.
I gotta give you an
Okay,
image.
do it. Do
Fine.
it. Please do it, because you can't. You can explain that he's
do it.
flying.
Your
You can't
link to a
explain how he's
website.
flying.
Hold on.
Why don't
You can
do it?
explain what he's doing in the
Well,
sky.
that's
You
the
can't
thing. I don't
explain
have
how he's
to.
flying.
I don't have to explain you how he's doing it. Exactly how gravity is doing. Is you're saying gravity works? I could tell you how it's doing it. I can't explain how it happens.
We
Superman
weren't
made
talking
time
about
go
gravity. We're
backward.
talking about the
I
curvature of
know,
the
but
Earth.
it's the same
First off, I
shit.
never said gravity's
Same
proven.
concept.
Gravity's still a
Same
theory.
concept.
I mean,
What I'm
we
trying to
only know
say.
the effect of it. We don't
You
know the cause of it.
understand? You understand? It's the same concept. I'm just trying to analogize the
No, I
shit.
don't understand because you ask me 50
You're an
different
idiot.
misleading
Right, so no,
questions
the
every
point of
second, and you
asking, right,
keep
right.
talking over your
So
friends, so I can't
the point
understand
of
you.
this,
What
right?
was the original question?
My question was, do you have any proof of curvature? Because in order to have orbit, you need to have a spherical Earth. In order to have a spherical Earth, you need curvature and radius. Do you have either of those things?
So basically, what you're saying is, if I've never seen it with my eye, it's not real.
You admitted you saw a blurry dot in the sky. Proof.
Yeah, I mean, you can
That's
see the
proof of
outline, but
nothing.
it was pretty blurry.
I've
But
seen
yeah,
it too. I've seen it too. That's a dot in the sky, bro.
no, I mean, I saw it through a telescope, not just
Yeah, so
empty.
did I. I'm telling you, I saw all that. Do you think that none of us here looked into the fucking ISS?
I mean, apparently not. If you
Years?
think everything's fake, I guess
No,
your
we
mind's
don't.
just playing
I
tricks on you, right?
believe this.
That's what you
We
just
all
said.
believe this. We all believe this for 30 years.
Cool.
I believe this
Is your
for
eye
30
or
years.
is your
Hey,
mind
check
just
this
playing
out
games on
though.
you?
The
Because that's
ultimate
what you
point
said
is
to me.
that it's
Right?
like
Do you
there is
have
something.
curvature?
There's something in the sky that looks like the ISS. If you can zoom in on it with a telescope from the ground, it's definitely not 240 miles away.
They're
What if?
telescopes.
Hold on, hold on.
It's
What if I said
magnified.
into a
Okay,
You can
telescope
see
you
it
see
from
it's a
hundreds of
unicorn light?
miles
It's the
away.
light of a unicorn, right? It's the light of a unicorn.
And
That's all
then
I'm
that's
saying.
for
telescope.
That's for Reconor. That's for Reconor because he was talking shit in the chat earlier. So.
Huckleberry, you think you can see hundreds of miles away?
It's a look at that. It's a. Hold on. Let me look at what model this guy used.
Anyway, you guys continue because
Yeah. So, do you have curvature or radius?
So what you're saying is, if I have never seen it with my eye, it's not real.
No, I'm saying that if you don't have a curvature or a radius value, you don't have a spherical Earth, and then therefore you don't have orbit.
So you're saying if I don't know the mathematical equation that proves there's curvature on the
No,
Earth,
I didn't
it's
say
just not real?
mathematical equation. No, I said it. Okay, in a mathematical equation, you have x and y and all these different letters. Those represent number values, correct?
Yes, they're called
Or
variables.
objects or whatever.
Right. They represent something that's that they're measuring. So we need proof of the things they're measuring, not a formula that already assumes those values. Does that make sense?
Actually, the whole point of mathematics is so that you can verify it measurements.
Yeah, but no. The measurements have to be okay. If I were to
They're
write
very
x
independent from each
x
other.
plus y equals z, right? I need to know the value of x. I need to have measured x, and I need to have valued and know the value of y and measure y in order to come up with z, correct? You need to have already known those data points. You need to know what x value represents.
I found it.
I mean,
Does
yeah,
that make sense?
you only need to know two of those values. You don't need to know all three. You just need to
Well,
know
that's
two.
my point. I know, but in order to find, you need to have already measured those things, right?
Are you saying that they need to measure the surface area of the Earth?
Well, if you're going to claim that you know what the radius is, you're going to have to have measured it in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, good thing I never claimed that I knew the exact radius of the Earth.
Yeah, but you're saying you're using equations that and math that proves curvature. But that's my point: is that you need to know the values of the numbers in the equation in order to get the math right. And do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You can't just say, "Well, NASA
Yes, you're
already
saying
proved
you
this
need to know
number."
the
We'll
radius
just
and the
assume.
surface area of the
Right.
Earth.
You need the radius. If you don't
And
have the
don't
radius,
people already know that or no?
yeah, no. If you don't have a radius, you don't know how far away from the sphere you have to go in order to achieve orbit, because you don't know what the sphere value is. You don't know how big the radius is of the sphere. Therefore, you don't know what your orbit is. Correct?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So, proof of radius, please.
Okay, right here it says the radius of the Earth is 3,000.
And that's what I'm saying. Where did they get that number? Where is the data that provides that number? Not just, well, NASA already says it's 3959 miles.
The value does not come from NASA, first of all, and second of all,
Where
if we're gonna get hung up on calculations and determinations here, why don't you tell us how far away the sun is from the Earth?
No.
Have you measured?
You have to prove that it's 93 million miles away. But here's
Well,
the
actually,
That
let's
has been done several times.
with logic.
So you're
And-
saying
and-
No,
and if
with
you're-
logic.
if you're going to argue that this
you
determination needs to be done, that's a fallacy. It's a
Dresden.
genetic fallacy.
Nobody was talking to you, Dresden. Why in the fuck are you talking?
I'm trying.
Nobody cares
Why
what
the
you're
fuck am I
fucking
talking?
lying. Hey, asshole.
Hey,
You
Vlad.
not talking. Hey, cocksucker.
Oh,
think it's time to go to
wow,
bed.
dude! Like somebody's getting triggered for no reason. That's unnecessary. Wow.
No, you came in and you came in and you talked to someone
No,
who was
I think it's
trying to
time
answer
To
to
be
the
go
honest,
question.
Vlad, take a chill pill, and everyone
Officer
take a chill pill. But Dresden's right. Yeah, these. I mean, we're trying to go
The Earth is
over
round.
how they came up. Well, sure, yeah, I guess
So
it
who
is.
here
Since
has
you
proof
said
of
so,
that?
it must be right.
That
Who
was
has
not
proof of the
me.
radius? Anybody? Anybody got proof of the radius? That's what we're looking for.
Okay, wait.
The
So
one
you're
that,
saying
the one that
if I
NASA
don't
uses
know?
all the time. Whoever did come up with it,
Okay,
we
I
like
mean I don't
proof
really
of
trust
whatever.
NASA.
Whoever
NASA was
came up
created
with it.
by
I just
Nazis.
use NASA as a blanket statement.
Please-
You understand what I'm saying?
Na-
Whoever came
Please
up with
read
it,
my
we like
comment.
proof of that.
NASA has nothing to do with the shape of the Earth. I mean, let's
Okay,
put,
so
can
tell me
please
who
put
proved
the
it.
NASA,
Who
put
proved
NASA
the
down,
radius?
like,
Cool, that's great. It wasn't NASA. Who proved the radius of the Earth? Tell me that.
The radius of the Earth was estimated originally by the early Greeks.
Yeah, I know. We're not
Eratosthenes.
retarded. I know that. You think we don't know that? Who did it? Tell us who proved it.
It's been
Where
done.
did they validate
It's been
it?
done numerous
Where did they
times.
validate?
It's been done
Where's the
numerous
validation?
times.
Show me the
The
validation.
validation is in history, man. Do you want me to
The history
to
that you
send
again?
links?
No,
That's a
listen,
fallacy.
are you the
Guys,
Dresden
guys,
that I
guys,
talked to a long time ago?
It's a fallacy.
hold on.
Can we clarify
Demonstrate
the
that
claim?
what I'm saying is a fallacy.
Clarify the claim. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Hold on. Well, I'm not. Yeah, I mean the other conversation was getting a little slack, and I don't. Dresden, you're obviously not new here, but if you're
Dresden,
saying if you're saying that the radius of Earth was measured in some fashion, is that was it scientifically proven, or is that something that
I mean, to my
it's
understanding,
something you're convinced
I mean,
of?
to my understanding, yes, it's something that's scientifically proven. So,
all right, so it's with Aristotle. Well,
here's
show
the
us
two
the
possibilities.
validation.
you know what?
Here's
Wait,
the
hold
two
on.
possibilities.
Show it to us.
Here's
Wait,
the two-
okay,
here's
go
the
ahead.
two
Say it really
possibilities.
quick. Make it quick. Make
The
it
two-
quick.
The two possibilities are either the Earth is round or the Earth is not round and it's flat, right? So Eratosthenes did an experiment.
That's not the question I asked you, bro.
I said, show it to us. We all
How
know
did
about
they measure the
Aristophanes, okay?
circumference of the Earth? You make it quick. Come on, you already know. You sound pretty.
When you do the Eratosthenes experiment from different locations, if you assume just listen to me for a second, and I know that like
Well, we don't want to assume anything.
People are going to have
you can't
a problem.
assume things.
Can you just listen to me? Jesus Christ!
No, you just said you have to assume. I don't want to assume.
No, okay.
I want proof.
Here's the thing. When you do an experiment or some sort of calculation, you make certain assumptions, and so either the assumption
That's
is
not helpful.
Dude, just listen.
It's called the scientific.
Let
Can
him
you
finish.
please
I asked him.
fuck's
Come on,
sake.
Fuzzy man. Let him finish, please.
Either the Earth
Say
is
it.
round or the Earth is flat, right? I mean, the Earth is obviously not concave, so we can kind of rule that out, right?
No, it's a false dichotomy. No, you're.
How is it a
you
false
have to-
dichotomy?
No, you have to have an explanation for why that's true. So
I'm sort of getting to that.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's comparing and contrasting. Either it's level,
So
or it's good.
either it's flat or it's not. Okay.
Well, no.
So
Yeah, right. It doesn't have to be a sphere.
Well, either way.
good lord, dude! Like honestly, this is why I hate talking in this channel and I'm not trying to get on a soapbox
Well,
or anything.
you
But
just
it's like
butted right
as
in,
soon
and
as
all of a
anybody
sudden come up with a
expresses
lot
a
of
dissenting
presuppositions.
opinion,
Hey,
you want to
but
silence it.
you're in a good position right now because I'm the only mod, and I'm asking everyone to shut the fuck up unless
Okay,
and
so
I want him to explain his situation.
all right, so
Go ahead.
either the Earth is flat or it's not. Okay, whether it's flat or some other shape, that's irrelevant, I suppose. So if you do the Eratosthenes experiment, you can either you can look at the angle that light casts on different posts that you post on the Earth, right? So if the Earth is flat, you'd expect a consistent height of the sun, right? So you'd be able to use trigonometry in order to determine that. Okay. However, when you do that Eratosthenes experiment from different points on the Earth,
Eratosthenes wasn't an experiment.
It
I
wasn't.
hate
He used
hearing that.
wells. He didn't use sticks. He
I
used
know I'm not the
wells.
only mod.
We
I was
know
just
about-
saying that. But yeah, sure. I mean, come on, bro, man.
He used wells, not sticks. If I'm
Yeah,
standing
and
under,
No.
under a light,
regardless of whether you use
wells-
wells
Wells-
or
hold
sticks.
up. You're cutting people off. So, and you have to accept a few assumptions before his hypotheses even rings true. Like the fact that the shadow would be 1/52nd the radius of the Earth, the angle of the shadow, the light source, the sun, infinite distance away, light when it reaches Earth, parallel. They have an
Michael,
accurate measurement.
You can ignore the assumptions made. You can ignore the
correct.
assumptions made. Using
Michael,
using trigonometry, you can determine where exactly the sun is. Assuming
No, you have to assume certain things to do that and use trigonometry. Sun,
anyone, Michael or anyone else, correct me if I'm wrong, but the idea came from the observation of a well where you could see the bottom of the well,
you can
at
replicate
high
the
noon.
experiment.
Right, hold on. Don't
Correct.
talk when I'm
Apologize,
trying to
go ahead.
explain this. The idea for the experiment came from observing the bottom of a well because you won't be able to measure the angle inside the well. You're
Right.
gonna have to. So the idea for the observation came from seeing the bottom of a well at high noon, right? And that's where the test came from. That's why
yeah, and they had no way to accurately test, accurately time high noon either. They had no accurate measurement. The stadia wasn't an accurate measurement, so they didn't have a baseline for their triangulation.
But they did have a baseline because they knew the height.
Why is it? Listen, you said people interrupt you when you have a differing opinion. You don't have a differing opinion, okay, guy? You're just repeating a story we've heard a million times, and because you don't want to hear the answer to it.
I'm sorry. Proceed.
So how you triangulate an apparent position, I don't know, but due to refraction and the movement of the sun, you're not seeing the actual position of the sun. You're seeing where it appears to be.
Yeah, I mean,
am I allowed to respond now?
Yeah, well, in the test, I mean, we can all agree on every aspect of the test, right? Now, the results and what the implications are, we can disagree about, and all of that. But the test itself, it doesn't prove the globe or flat.
No, it's based on 5 assumptions. 5 assumptions have to ring true before this could possibly be true.
Yeah. So Dresden, I mean, you are. Sounds like you're quite familiar with our side of the argument. So
fairly, yes.
Wikipedia will tell you those 5 assumptions if you want to know them.
All right. So for the other people that listening that haven't heard it before, since quote unquote Eratosthenes could see the bottom of the well when the sun was directly above him, he said, "Hey, I can do a test. I can put some sticks in the ground, and I got a buddy over here. How many miles away? I can't remember how many miles away. And
524 miles away.
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
Yeah,
you were talking about this earlier, Emerald Monkey. Go ahead.
Yeah, it should be due south because as reported, it was at noon. But I posted a graph or an image where it shows that Syene is not in a direct north-south direction with Alexandria. So, first of all, that would produce a shadow anyway. And the assumption that it was due south, Alexandria to Syene, is another assumption, make it 6 assumptions, which would definitely throw off his calculation.
How did Eratosthenes account for refraction?
Well, he didn't even. I don't think he actually did, but
You don't
I'm
have
curious.
refraction
I don't.
parallel
That
rays.
could be a problem.
Honestly, I don't think refraction really plays a big role until you get anywhere near the
Oh,
horizon.
but how?
Yeah, but I
so
mean,
you-
this
how
is
are you
just
sure
measuring
about
the
that? Are
shadows
you sure?
cast by the stick. Well,
Are you sure about refraction?
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
How-
It really
How
doesn't
do you
matter
know?
when it comes to this test.
What is your evidence
That's
that
the
it
point,
would
though.
play a big part anywhere
Yeah, well,
near the
How
horizon?
can-
hold on.
how did you
Hold
rule
on.
it out
There's
if you're
no
doing a
reason to
scientific
suspect that it
experiment?
would, because
Yeah,
If
let's
you're being
rule
all
out
scientific and
refraction for
stuff,
the
where
sake
we're
of
all
this
the
argument.
Guys,
Dude, there's no reason to bring up refraction in this
no, I'm
argument.
just saying, like they used to say it all the time. I'm saying, how did they
No.
account for atmospherics?
No.
Dresden,
Refraction has nothing to do with this argument. Go ahead.
Dresden, can you point to me that it wouldn't be an issue that at noon when he did the test, Alexandria and Syene are not in line with the parallel rays of the sun?
I mean, I'd have to look up the geography of those two locations.
I just
I'm not
posted
a
it.
geographical expert.
I just posted it. It's in the live stream text if you scroll up.
Live stream text.
Dresden, have you not been following the live stream voice text channel while you're talking in here?
No, I generally don't.
Well, then you're an asshole because everybody does,
I beg
except
your
for you.
pardon. But yeah, I'm an asshole then, I guess.
No, you're an asshole. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so they're not directly north and south of each other. Great.
So the sun would definitely cast a different shadow in Alexandria, right? If the sun is right above Syene,
Yeah.
you should do it a north-south, but it's an angle, so you get a different result on your angle shadow.
Right.
Yeah, but if you
Yeah, but
No, on a globe that would be a huge problem
why is that a huge problem?
because the ground is curving, so you already have
So, all right, so the
for
southern
your
point,
shadow, and now you have an offset of your shadow.
the southern point is the shadows directly cast upon the well, or the northern point. It doesn't really matter, because either way, like you look at, okay, which one is the shadow cast directly down on? Okay, then you take the angle that the other one is cast on, and making certain assumptions, you can calculate the curvature of the Earth, and then if you make certain other assumptions.
But you
Wow,
okay, just
you
laugh,
just said it
just
twice.
laugh about making assumptions. Go ahead, just
over
laugh.
the whole Earth. And what this line does is cut the world not in half, it cuts the world slightly less than half. Because that line is not a straight line. So your diameter will not fit. It's like slicing an apple or an orange just above center. You get two different halves.
That assertion makes no sense, because if you have a shadow cast exactly downward on one location, you would expect it to be not exactly downward on the other location. That means nothing. Like, that's just a weird, bizarre assertion.
No, it
Yes.
claims that it is a north-south, and it is not a north-south.
So looking at that, we know it's not north-south. So it would have a slightly eastward cast shadow, right?
Yeah, and that will make your assumed diameter, if you pull this line through on the globe, you would have the western half being bigger than the eastern half. So your dimensions and in your calculations do not fit because he measured this
patently
line.
false. That's patently false because if you have a point on a sphere that's pointed directly at an object, and then you have another point on the sphere that's tangential to that in a certain direction, and then you cut a line across those, it will create an exact half sphere.
That's your assumption.
No. That's geometry, dude. Like what you're saying is patently false.
There's someone in interview VC.
I can get it.
What you were saying is patently false. And honestly, I think it's just your misunderstanding of how geometry works. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just wrong.
It would work if it was in one line. You're putting an offset.
It is in one line.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And this is the same regardless of whether it's a sphere or not a sphere. Like what you're arguing is just a bizarre misunderstanding of geometry. I don't know how else to describe it.
Can you wrap a straight line around a sphere?
Yes.
Hello?
Is it still a straight line, though? Or is it now a circumference wrapped around radius, centered on an R?
Oh, that's a weird semantical question, but yeah, now it becomes a circumference.
That's right, and that's his point. It's not a straight line, it's not a baseline.
But he's arguing that it's not a half a sphere at that point. And I think his assertion that it's not a half a sphere is patently false.
Why is he arguing that it's not half
Listen,
that's what I don't understand. What does this have to do?
Geometrically, you would be correct, but until you prove it's a sphere, you're not proving you're cutting the sphere in half. Are you with me?
Well, yeah, I don't disagree with you. It's just his argument is just like it's like
his argument is the line would be curved; it won't be a straight line. It's simplified.
But 2 points make a straight line.
No offense,
2
but
points
if
make
you
a straight
took
line.
advanced
It doesn't make
geometry,
sense.
you could break this down rudimentary too.
I don't think he knows that it's not.
I fully understand your premise.
Oh my gosh.
If you cut an apple or an orange in half, you go through the center.
What you're basically saying
You
is
go through the center, right?
Yeah.
This cut does not go through the center. Simple.
Okay, so you have one point that's making a shadow that's directly towards the center of the Earth. Pardon my phrasing, but assuming the Earth is a sphere, no? So you have one stick or one well that's not creating a shadow. You can see directly down to the center of it. So that is like if you took an apple and you stuck a let's say a foot-long stick through it, okay? You hit the exact center of the apple, okay? Now
Is the second stick going to be on the same meridian?
Assuming the apple again,
Yes
the word
or no?
assume. I know you guys hate the word assume, but assuming the apple is a perfect sphere. Now, if you take a string from the end of that stick and you place it somewhere on that apple, that is the shadow that it would cast in the more southern location, right? Now, if you would cut a half, one of the half of the spheres of the apple off, you're going to create a perfectly half sphere. Like, but what does this have to do with anything? Like, this is just a weird, bizarre argument. Like, it doesn't mean
Alexandria,
anything.
the shadow has to be pointing north, and your cut has to be pointing north.
No, why?
Because
Why does it?
is what you're measuring. That's your angle. But the angle between the two places does not match with the angle of the shadow, because that is what you were
is the angle of the shadow directly north and south?
at noon. Yeah, that was the whole point. Otherwise, if it wasn't at noon, it would not hit the bottom of the well. So at noon, the shadow would point north in Alexandria, and that is the line you should cut. But those places are not in line with the shadow. So
okay, so in reality, what direction is the shadow cast? So if you have the shadow hitting the direct bottom of the well in one location, in the other location, which direction is the shadow cast?
Hey, and you know what's really the most interesting thing about this test is you could do it in your bedroom.
You can do it anywhere.
So,
Depending on the time of year.
so it doesn't prove anything.
My question is, in one location you have the shadow, the light hitting the direct bottom of the well. In the other location, where is the shadow cast?
Sure,
where is the light
dude?
cast?
Like I'm saying, nobody get upset here or anything.
I'm not upset.
I know nobody's getting
asking
upset,
him to
but I'm just saying, the source of the light is kind of the question here, you know, and
it is.
and you can recreate this test in your bedroom.
But I'm asking,
you have a source of light close. You have a shadow. You can put two sticks on opposite sides of the room, and measure the shadow of those sticks from one light source.
I'm asking him to clarify which direction the shadow or light is cast. Is there an angle to the
depends on
shadow?
the time of year.
My point is it's inconclusive. It's not even a really valid test to prove anything about the shape of the Earth.
It would be pointing north.
Directly north.
Yeah, at noon.
Is there some angle to it?
That is the whole point of the whole experiment, that you have a perfect north-south line and that you have the two places directly in line with the shadow, and that's not happening.
Wait,
So-
weren't you the guy? Weren't you the guy who just said that you can't have a perfect line on something that's round?
So you're also saying that, like, what you're expecting to see, you're not seeing. Is this an expectation on a flat Earth or on a globe Earth?
Your globe.
So you think that two different points separated by a longitude should cast the same northern shadow based on a globe Earth? That's a false assertion.
Listen, do you understand the Eratosthenes experiment? I mean,
yes.
All right, so you know that it was an infinite light source. It was infinitely far away, so it's assuming parallel light rays.
Yes.
And okay, so
it assumed a sphere too.
Yeah, assuming a sphere. All of it was assumed. But no one experiences that. I mean, we experience the sun moving across the sky, and it looks like it's close, doesn't it?
He even guessed.
I disagree. I mean,
he guessed the distance between Alexandria and Cyrene too.
Yeah, that too.
But here's the thing, though. If you use the Eratosthenes experiment and you take the
now this is the one I want to see pull the rabbit out of the hat. How did he assume that the shadows would be equal to 1/52nd of the radius or circumference of the Earth? How did he get that proportion?
I don't know that exactly, but what I'm saying
that's a hell of an assumption, bro. Because there should be.
Can you just listen to me for a moment, please? If you would replicate the Eratosthenes experiment yourself, using different locations.
I want to do it fully. That's why I want to know how he came up with that.
Can you please listen to me for a moment? If you would replicate the Eratosthenes experiment yourself, do you not think that you would be able to determine the distance?
No, I don't.
From the Earth to the Sun with a concrete.
I done told you why too.
A concrete value.
Yeah, we would have, you know, if we were to replicate the Eratosthenes experiment, we would have to assume that the sun is infinite distance away.
That is not true.
Just like he did.
That is not true.
All right, so how did he do it?
So
how did he do it?
If you have point A where you're taking an observation, and point B where you're taking
Apparent
an
position
observation.
A and apparent position of the sun B do not equal absolute triangulation. Because it's
Are you
not
saying?
worth
Are you
Listen,
saying that's
I
not
done
what
told you
what
why this
Aristotle?
doesn't work.
Go
Listen,
ahead, Mike.
I am
triangulation
saying
does
if you
not
would
work.
replicate Eratosthenes' experiment yourself,
It doesn't work.
it doesn't
I'll
work because the
repeat
Earth's not
it
flat.
again. Don't talk over me or I'll ban you. Okay. You see the apparent position of the sun, not the true position, due to movement and refraction. You're triangulating two apparent positions, but not actual positions. It doesn't work. The margin of error would be astronomical because we're talking about astronomical distances.
Yes, just
Am I-
like
am I allowed to speak now?
Michael. Hold on, guys. But shouldn't we assume the same things that Aristophanes was assuming when he did the test as himself? Or should if we're to repeat the exact same test?
Does
Shouldn't
that
we
mean we
assume
got to
the
go
same
back
thing?
to thinking that our eyes shoot lasers out of them to the target we view, and that's how we see?
I'm confused by astronomical distances. What do you mean by that, Battle Spartan?
You don't know what an astronomical distance is. One
No, I can imagine. I'm asking you.
An AU? One
Well,
astronomical
yeah.
unit.
Yeah, but in Aristophanes' experiment, he didn't even assume
Here, let's
a
cover that.
distance to the sun. He didn't even assume the distance to the sun.
So the error would be equal to that of the distance you're referring to. So an infinite distance, an infinite range of error.
Hilo,
Yeah.
didn't you say that the sun needs to be an infinite amount of distance away?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, if we were to repeat Aristophanes' test, we would have to assume that. I mean, not because he didn't inside the in his test he didn't actually assume a distance to the sun. He assumed all light coming in was parallel, and then assumed that there was that the Earth was curved, and
he simplified it. He said the sun's so far away that by the time the light reaches here, it's all parallel.
Sure, right. So if we were to repeat that test, we would have to assume that. So I mean, sure. I mean, I'm sure it's been done many times, but
I can't see it when they call that a test or an experiment.
You don't have to. You don't.
Yeah, that's why I keep calling it a test, because people call it an experiment, but it's not an experiment.
It's a hypothesis. It's hypothetical.
Can we back up a little bit, please? You don't have to assume anything when you do the Eratosthenes experiment.
Well, but what did Aristophanes?
Okay, then you have to accept what Aristophanes said about parallel light. You have to accept the given distance.
But you don't.
Yeah, bro. How can you listen? Wait there. No, Jonathan, just slow down, brother. Listen. How are you even explaining how there's even a fucking shadow with a 12 o'clock sun when the rays are parallel because of the proximity, brother? How are you even explaining that? Angular shadows with parallel rays. 12 o'clock coverage is needed to create a shadow, technically, when it's overhead or an angled building. How are you even explaining shadows on a fucking globe model, brother?
Yeah, Dresden, you sound like a smart guy, but I feel like you're just being obstinate. I feel like you understand what we're saying, but you're just being obstinate, and it's just kind of it's not.
I don't
cool,
understand
man.
how you think I'm being obstinate when I'm not even allowed to
No,
talk.
you are.
Like,
I can
legitimately,
tell.
I'm not even allowed to present a point.
You're a religious zealot, brother.
I'm not even allowed to present a point, yet I'm being obstinate.
All right, come on, guys. Let's be nice to him and let him present his point.
This is truly like the most bizarre conversation I've ever had.
One of you motherfuckers got an echo.
Oh god. All right, so
wait, battle mod. It's not me, all right. So
no.
Listen, without the assumption, there's no reason to believe that the angle of the shadow is equal to any portion of a radius of an assumed sphere.
I'm not making that argument.
You are. You're saying you can throw out the assumption.
Have I literally ever made that argument?
The heliocentric model is there, brother.
Who the fuck echo ass keeps butting in?
I don't know.
Who's?
Wait there. Talk at the same time as me a second, battle mod. Talk at the same time.
What?
Talk. I want to check if there's an echo
Yeah,
through me. It's not me.
Not you.
It's not me. All right, cool.
That's weird because it was coming through, but anyway, it sounds like it's
I
good
don't think
now.
it's an echo from me. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Well, anybody that's not talking, go ahead and mute yourself, just for the sake of the conversation.
Check live stream and see who it was.
For ease of use, try to use push to talk.
It's just like this. Without the assumptions, the observations are meaningless.
Exactly. Dresden, what have you got to say to what has been said to you?
Now you're saying you're going to assume, throw out the assumption light's parallel. Well, that could mean it's divergent then, and it shines every which way. That would mean the sun isn't so far away, and it wouldn't mean shit for a sphere. It could be possible on a flat Earth then.
And then as well, you would also have the idea that you would basically you'd also have to explain shadows in terms of, if you look at it on a broader perspective, in terms of the solar system as a whole and how eclipses and everything work. They can't turn around and start saying it's divergent beams. That's why they say that it's parallel battle mode. They have to say that, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got to stick to that. So
Do you guys want to continue to develop my own arguments for me, or would you like to let me speak?
Well, Dresden, we're telling you what the heliocentric model states.
We're not developing it for you. We're pointing
We're not
you out.
developing it for you.
The entire argument of Aristophanes, whatever you want to call it, is based on parallel light in an infinite relative universe.
Will you just give me just a minute to try to develop what I'm trying to say here?
Dude, there was silence, radio silence, and you were saying nothing.
No, well, that's all right. Let him go ahead. Go ahead, Dresden, please.
If you replicate the Eratosthenes experiment and you make no assumptions, period, no assumptions at all, okay? If you look at the shadow of light cast on let's say you're using sticks instead of wells, do you not agree that you could determine where the light comes from using two sticks?
Yes, but we still need the assumption to make the angle of the shadow proportionate to a proportion of the radius.
Well, there's no denying. There's no denying. Hold on. There's no denying that there's going to be an angle from two different positions.
You can't calculate it unless you say that shadow is equal to a certain portion.
Michael, hold on, bro.
You can triangulate
No, I was
the
trying to
location.
get that out when you interrupted me, but so I just decided to go on and finish it. You have to assume the shadow is 1/52nd of the complete radius.
I'm not. You don't need to assume anything with what I'm trying to say.
Do the differential
Can you just
equation.
listen to me? I'm not saying assume anything about anything. Okay. If you take two sticks, you can triangulate the position of the source of light, right?
Not if it's outside our atmosphere. I already covered why.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to finish. Michael, that's why I wanted to finish. Go ahead, Dres. Please, Mike, let him finish his point.
Dresden, can you explain triangulation then? How it works?
For fuck's sake. Explain triangulation. Use trigonometry.
Well, dude, I can explain it as well, obviously. Do you know what I mean?
If you use trigonometry, you'll find out the light source is local. It's right above your head.
Do you understand the issue of it being outside of our atmosphere, though? We've got atmospheric lensing, we've got different fucking densities.
The argument was that if it's in our atmosphere, you could be able to triangulate it, right? So if it's within our, within the dome, that was the assertion made by somebody else, not me. So if it's within the dome, it's within our atmosphere, no? So if it's within the dome, it's within our atmosphere, and you can triangulate it, correct?
Nobody said anything about a dome.
Somebody said within our atmosphere. So
no, he said it's outside of our atmosphere, so it creates extra problems.
It was
even more.
No, I said within our atmosphere. Yes, light source right above our head.
Yes.
Didn't say a shit about a dome.
Okay, so if it's within our atmosphere, right? I.e., local.
I didn't say anything about atmosphere either.
Battle is the one who made that assertion.
What, motherfucker?
I said the light source is right above our head. Did I say dome or atmosphere? in that phrase, did you hear me say dome or atmosphere when I said the light source is right above our head?
It was Battle that made the assertion that if it's within our atmosphere, yes, that's true. If it's
I said outside of our
atmosphere, you have to consider atmospheric lensing.
Dresden, let him read. Listen, he was saying there's extra parameters and extra things that are going to happen when it's outside the atmosphere.
I'm not making that assertion. Somebody else is making that assertion.
Weird. I know. I'm clarifying it for you, bro, because you're misrepresenting this point.
I'm not.
It's weird how hard this is when we're just talking about two sticks and lights and freaking angles of shadows.
Yeah,
weird how hard this is.
I've repeated it 3 times. You never see the absolute position of the sun or where the sun actually is.
What is your citation for that?
If you fucking quit interrupting me, bitch, I will give you a citation when I'm done.
Just fucking ban me if you want. I don't really give a shit, to be quite honest.
Well, take your happy ass up
if you're gonna continue to interrupt me.
No, I'm lazy. You're so dumb.
Listen, wait. I gotta keep Dresden. If you run away, bro, then you're just conceding, brother.
I'm not running away from anything.
Well, you're asked to be banned because you can't create a fucking valid argument, you dickhead. So you are running,
to be banned because you people continue to talk over me when I'm trying to make a point.
Sorry, I'll calm down.
Legitimately, I'm trying to make a point, and people keep talking over me.
Okay, so make it pretty concise and make it very quick, if you can.
The point that I'm trying to make is that if you do the Eratosthenes experiment from different locations, this is assuming making no assumptions. Period. If you do the Eratosthenes experiment with using different locations, you come up with a sun that is different distances away from the Earth, and that is evidence that the Earth is not flat. Because if the Earth were flat, you would be able to triangulate a location of the sun that is consistent using the Eratosthenes experiment from anywhere on the Earth.
That's absolutely not true. Where did you get that?
Why is that not true? Why is that not true?
The light source. You have to.
Are you being serious, dude? How is that not true? You're giving the answer with something to do with the outside of the atmosphere. Sun. The sun being in the atmosphere doesn't change the simple fact, bro, that it is still going to. Did you not hear what Batman said? You cannot exactly tell where the sun is. Why would that be? Because there's a literal litany of problems, which you would call gas particles, different levels of excitements, at all different altitudes, which is going to cause different forms of what? Bending of light, refraction, whatever you want to call it.
Even what he just said is...
How are you going to triangulate
even
something?
The experiment, what he said is absolutely not true. Eratosthenes would kick you...
It wasn't you, I know.
It wasn't... You're just... what the hell are you talking about, man?
They try to use it to show the sphericity.
No, it's not that. I mean, just even what he just said, Eratosthenes would be like, "Nah, you're not even understanding the goddamn experiment in the first place."
To what I've said is any refutation,
and it's not an experiment either. It's a test.
Yeah, sure. I said experiment.
It's an observation.
No, not you, Helio. I'm just letting Dresden know, innit?
Yeah. Dresden, man, I mean, you don't even understand it, and that's why we're giving you so much shit. You don't even understand the experiment.
Okay.
And
why don't you take a moment to educate me, because
talk about it, but you don't even understand it at all in the first place.
This is just hilarious, honestly.
Oh, laugh!
I will.
Tell your friends how dumb we are.
I will. As a matter of fact, and I'm recording this too, so I'm going to share this with my idiot Goldberg.
Dresden, me and you, let's have a debate right now. Then come on, then.
All right, homie.
Record it as well.
I am recording it.
Yeah, but
you're recording it, are you? You want to get shown right up.
If you want to,
honestly, mate, you don't want honestly, Dresden, go on then, make a fucking claim. Or something. Prove your globe model. You're religious zealot. Come on, dude.
Prove
the
globe model.
Yes, dude. It's a positive claim of advanced specificity. Has to be proved before it's stated as fact. Come on. You're the guys. Listen.
What part of the globe model would you like me to demonstrate?
Well, you could maybe demonstrate to me how it. Right. So, can you show me one example, for instance, of the Coriolis effect that is not a frame of reference change with a basketball and a fucking roundabout?
No, I don't like this.
Basketball and a roundabout has nothing to do with
Go on.
Coriolis. Coriolis is demonstrated by
No,
weather
does it not?
patterns and
Does it not?
by, I'm sorry.
Does it? Oh no. That's how the Coriolis effect would affect weather patterns. The Coriolis effect, in fact, is a change of reference frame. Do you not know that? That can have lots of different effects in different environments.
The Coriolis effect is demonstrated by weather systems and.
Yes, that's the Coriolis effect on the presumed model of the heliocentric model, my friend. But the Coriolis effect can have lots of different effects on different things. The idea, for instance, let's say a bullet beats the velocity of the spin of the Earth, thus beating the atmosphere that's apparently also spinning with it. Thus, the Earth would essentially rotate underneath the bullet because the general relativity of speed is gone, right? But my point to you is, mate, is that's a change of reference frame again, isn't it? Because where it was and where it isn't, because the frame of reference has changed from, well, and comparatively from the surface of the Earth to where the bullet is. Outside of the forward initial inertia, it's separate. Now it's the rotation of the Earth. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I'm saying the Coriolis effect isn't just one thing. If you're going to tell me it's that, you do realize that was ascribed by scientists as well to fucking toilets rotating clockwise and anti-clockwise in the southern and northern hemisphere. But we know that's just to do with shape now.
Yeah,
of the pole.
I agree with you that the whole toilet spin is a bullshit thing. Like that.
So why did scientists make the claim, Dresden?
I don't know. I'm not the one who made the claim. So you're asking me, oh, why did they make the claim? Now explain it.
All right, so why do you believe anything else? That's the same people that are saying the same shit you believe.
Tropical systems don't cross over the equator.
Can I interject, please, guys? I mean,
cool, bro.
Clarify something, about Coriolis. When you go into Google and you type in Coriolis, you'll get a Wikipedia page that says Coriolis force. Now, Coriolis itself doesn't have force involved. There's no force involved in the description of Coriolis. No, Coriolis was named after the person that discovered, or
it's categorized as a fictitious force.
It's a description of an apparent deviation from two different reference frames, right?
Yes.
There's no force involved. I mean, the Coriolis can't cause anything, just like gravity can't cause anything to happen.
I'm not gonna admit to that assertion because I don't agree with it.
Well, because you're probably ignorant about this, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm totally ignorant about it. But let's proceed.
All right, cool. So Coriolis is just an apparent deflection between two reference frames. If you're on a non-inertial reference frame and you're spinning, something might appear to even though it's traveling in a straight line, it looks like it's curving away from you because
there's an apparent drift. Yes.
Yeah, it's an apparent
deviation. Yeah, it's apparent
deflection. Continue. That was my point. But I told you when you
continue.
It's Coriolis. They call it Coriolis force, but there's no force involved.
It's what in physics is identified as a fictitious force. So
fictitious force or force. Yeah.
Do you know what else is? Not what you said it was at the beginning. Can I get a concession?
It's blaming bullshit.
Listen, bro, we're having a one-on-one debate here, pretty much, right? So, can I get a concession, please, brother? Because you didn't know it, and you Googled it since, and you said you were ignorant. So, is that the concession that you were ignorant on that fact? Because remember, I told you I'm going to show you right up.
No.
And I want you to concede for your own recording so that you delete it later, because we can have the recording anyway. It's being recorded.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. You're not going to use the recording. No, you're not going to come in here and misrepresent like two of my mentors' points in a way, yeah. Like, doing this tricky, stupid shit. I was listening before I come in, mate, honestly, right?
I'm sorry, what
and you're trying to be smart.
Am I supposedly perpetrated?
No, you're acting like a victim going, oh, you won't let me make a point. Make a point, and I'll fucking refute it.
Okay, so...
Because you're the one who wants to make a point.
So your argument is what? That Coriolis doesn't exist?
No, my argument is that you basically didn't actually know what it was. It's not it doesn't exist... Because what the explanation and definition of it was convoluted in your own head.
So
listen, he just explained to you. Listen. You just said you were ignorant. Listen, I'm not finished talking. He just explained to you exactly what it was, and I did as well. But I said it much quicker because I'm debating you. I'm not trying to fucking school you at this point because you're quite mouthy. So you should be in the arena. But it's all good, bro. There's no hate here. It's just about this argument. It's just a debate, all right? I'm going to stop swearing and I'm going to be a bit more cordial. But listen, Dresden, it is 2 reference frames. Remember I said, give me an effect of Coriolis outside of throwing a basketball off of a roundabout while you're in a moving car, for instance, right? Or the reference frame of sat in a car and someone throwing it toward the car and it appearing to curve, all right? But it's not really, is it? It's just moving. You're saying about the weather systems, right? Yeah? And it's caused by the Coriolis effect, okay? But the issue with this is that first you're going to have to substantiate to me that there is a Coriolis effect created by the Earth's rotation. So again, a specific claim the Earth is rotating. Again, show me how that is true. Show me the experimentation. Show me the documentation. It's a very specific claim, my friend. Something that should have a lot behind it to be able to bloody prove it. Do you understand?
Do you want me to provide links? Like, what is your...
Dude, I want you to... I don't care. You can even read... Dude, you can even read from links and I'll take your word for it. But I guarantee you, brother, you're not
post links, bro. I mean,
post
it's
everything,
simple.
mate.
It's really a simple concept. I can't believe why people can't understand this. It's an apparent deflection, between 2 reference frames. It's really simple.
Here's the fun thing. If I start posting links, you're going to refute them anyway, or at least deny them. So here, let me start. Whoa, dude,
you can't do that.
Let me start by...
Listen.
No, I
non
can't do that. I'm sorry.
Don't do that. You can't say that. You can't say we're going to refute stuff on its face.
Now it's my turn to talk.
No, it's... Listen.
Now it's my turn to talk.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying no. I said I'd be more cordial, bruv. Listen,
and you're not being.
What I'm trying to say, no, because you
speak.
just made you're making a fallacious argument that basically I win, you win this debate because by the mere fact that we will refute anything just on its face. On its face, dude. If the information is good, we will concede, brother.
No, you won't.
Baba boy.
Oh goodness gracious. Okay.
I just want it to be on that level. Now it is your time to talk.
Let me start by describing two circumstances in which I know for a fact the Coriolis effect exists, and that's in tropical storms. In the northern hemisphere, tropical storms rotate counterclockwise. In the southern hemisphere, they rotate clockwise. And do you know a nuance of tropical storms due to the Coriolis effect? They do not pass the equator. Do you understand why?
Dude, I understand the heliocentric model. Yeah, it's your claim.
Do you
I'm
understand?
not explaining your shit for you.
Do you understand why they don't pass? So this is my question to you.
Dude, make a claim. Come on.
This is my claim. Do you understand why they do not pass over the equator?
No, that's you asking me a question that I don't even know whether you know the answer to. I honestly don't think you know what a debate is.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm not answering that question. I've already said to you, you're making a claim.
Model,
dude, you've already made a
question based on the understanding of
you've already made a claim, though.
Would you
I obviously understand
based on your understanding
listen,
of the Coriolis
you ain't
effect,
let me answer it.
based
I'll
on
answer
your
it anyway.
understanding of the Coriolis effect, can you explain to me why tropical storms would not cross over the equator?
Yes,
they have.
Well,
they have.
They have.
They have not.
Yes, they have. Look it up, dude.
They literally have, mate. But what? Anyway, listen. Listen, I know why. Obviously, I know why, dude. Can I listen? I do know why.
Nathan,
but the point is you've already made.
Why do you block everybody from your group, dude?
Crack.
This guy's triggered.
Why do you block everybody from your group, homie?
Yes, Nathan.
Don't block it. Yeah.
He's so pissed. He can't even get his shit straight. He's so pissed.
That's how we got to 137,000 members. Is because we blocked everyone. When have you ever got a group above 100,000? Have you ever led anything above 100,000 people? Yes. Have you ever led anything?
No, I
have you ever led anything above 10,000 people?
Oh,
why does that matter and why is that relevant?
Yeah, because he's claiming
you guys love it too with the majority.
Because you bring nothing to the table. That's why. You bring nothing to the table.
Ban everybody who expresses a dissenting opinion.
No, that's not why. You can tell yourself that.
You asked to be banned because you couldn't take the heat, brother.
No,
so don't say that.
I asked to be banned because I'm tired of being talked over, and I'm tired of being threatened to be banned.
Dude, I'm allowing you to.
Poor baby.
But dude, I will allow. Listen, guys, listen. Let him carry on with this because he already made his claim. No, Dresden, seriously, dude, I want to speak to you about it because you say it on the why wouldn't the tropical storms? I know what. Listen, the Coriolis effect in and of itself explains it, right? But because it wouldn't technically even be a change of reference frame, would it? If it apparently covered the whole of the equator anyway. You understand? It'd be a splurging, right? It'd be difficult to even point it out. But I'm not. Listen, I know why it doesn't do it. They rotate in two different directions, and it's obviously. Listen, yeah, mate.
Oh, bro, the Coriolis effect is just an apparent.
I know,
but they don't know.
The Coriolis effect is not real.
When you really understand it, it's just an apparent connection between two reference frames. It's not real. It just looks like it's curving because you're spinning.
Yeah,
now,
but
they're applying a force to Earth that doesn't actually happen, and one of the fictitious forces that they apply to Earth, from the natural things that we observe through actual real science. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so Helio, that's why I'm saying to him he needs to basically carry on with his claim because it's a very specific one, right? Is that what
I don't think you should carry on anymore.
No. Listen, it's not about the Coriolis effect. This is what I'm saying. At this point, okay, he's saying the Coriolis effect is there, right? Okay, sweet. But what is it caused by? Rotation. So rotation. That's what I said to him. Okay, prove rotation. Prove it.
Hey, well, rotation. Well, inside the Coriolis frame, conceptually that exists, and because we've seen it. If you're on a roundabout, you spin around and you throw a basketball and it looks like it's curving. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's the Coriolis effect.
I know, but it
has nothing to do with the Earth at all. It has nothing to do with the Earth at all.
Helio, when a basketball occurs, that's the Magnus effect. That's not the Coriolis effect.
No. Magnus effect is different. I'm going to correct you on that, Nathan. Magnus effect is the spin of the ball and how it's affected in the atmosphere. So there was a test that someone did. They were dropping a basketball off of a dam, and when they threw the basketball, they spun it.
That was the Magnus effect.
Yeah, that's the Magnus effect. Coriolis is something completely different.
Coriolis is not real.
No, it's real when you're on the non-inertial reference frame, and then you throw something straight, and it looks like it's curving to you.
No, I never throw things straight and they curve.
Well, get on a merry-go-round, bro, and throw something straight, and it's going to look like it's curving away from you.
Yeah, well, but we're not on merry-go-round. You didn't place me on the merry-go-round.
I know that. I fucking know that, bro. I know it.
Oh.
But yeah, the Magnus effect is the effect of the wind resistance when an object is spinning. When and I've seen this, in some videos where someone will be like on a 200-foot dam, and they drop a basketball. They don't just drop it directly down, but they spin it, and then it just like freaking flows out,
And I have to correct myself again, because Coriolis is real. It's just not real in nature because of Earth rotation.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Like you could pour water on a spinning ball and see the water drag because the rotating ball, of course, creates friction with the water, and that's how fluid dynamics work.
No, that's wrong too. Coriolis.
No, that's exactly what Coriolis is.
No, Coriolis doesn't actually happen in reality.
I know.
It's just an apparent deflection between two reference frames.
Helio, he did say that. That's what I'm saying. He did say that.
No, but Helio, Coriolis effect was discovered by a Frenchman, not on Earth with Earth rotation, but because he was observing spinning objects and watching how fluid on them drag, not in a constant motion with the spinning object, but they drag behind. That is
not actual, just apparent.
Yes, it's still a frame of reference change, though, is what it's and that because that is how it's conceptualized. Honestly, it really is. But this is the point. Have you noticed, everyone? How quiet is Dresden?
I'm just letting y'all argue amongst yourselves.
I don't understand.
We're not even arguing, mate. It's called discussing something. Anyway, like, what are you on about? How's that an argument?
Yeah,
do you even know what an argument is?
Now Dresden is a learning mode.
Yeah. Dresden sat there like, what the fuck am I going to say?
Hey, Dresden, do you know how to duplicate opposite vortices? Or are you just going to claim it happens on a spinning ball and we need to explain how it happens on a flat Earth? Like, do you know how to duplicate what you're
I can
saying?
explain it as well, anyway. Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But I'm asking Big Mouth.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Hey, Big Mouth.
What
can you
you're
duplicate
asking
that?
me is a nonsensical question. Demonstrate opposite vortices on a ball. That doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
You're
That
asking
doesn't
us
mean
how it
it
happens.
means nothing. That means
You're
absolutely
You just
nothing.
talked about. Wait there, Dresden. You just made a claim about that fucking very topic, dude.
Yeah, you said it was proof of a rotating ball. Can you show me a rotating ball causing opposite vortices in the fluid around it? Can you do that
Causing
or no?
opposite vortices in a fluid around it. Absolutely, you can. If you spin
Listen, you're talking about a northern and southern hemisphere, by the way, mate. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
With the storms.
Can you
If
model
don't remember
that, Dres?
what
Can
you
you
were
do
talking
some
about?
sort of demonstration of that? Dresden, hello? It's a yes or no question. I can literally hear the crickets outside.
Basically, what you're asking me is to replicate reality, is to replicate the Earth in the size that it is, and to replicate the atmosphere in the size that it is.
Reality
No, that
is
is
not
exactly
a spinning
what
ball.
you're
That's what you're
asking me to
trying to
do.
prove.
You're asking me to
Nope.
generate.
Reality is not a spinning
you're
ball.
asking
That's
me
what
to
you're trying to
generate.
prove.
You're asking me to generate a ball the size and mass of the Earth, and you're asking me to generate an atmosphere on the Earth to replicate
I get it.
this argument. This is just
Oh,
this is a nonsensical experiment.
Dresden, wait there, Dresden. This is why it's so funny. Listen. Do you know? Wait there. Listen to the irony of this. Dresden, do you reckon you've got a higher IQ than an explosion?
Your claims.
Listen, Dresden, do you think you've got a higher IQ than an explosion?
My IQ is very low.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying seriously, an explosion, just an explosion.
What value
Bang!
do you assign to an explosion?
No, I'm just saying. Do you think you're like more intelligent than an explosion, bro? Because that shit created all that shit.
That's another asinine question. Like this is just.
Listen, dude. No, it's not. It's got a philosophical point to it.
This is the crux of the whole flat Earth argument.
Listen. I told you I'm going to show you up, but you won't let me.
Asinine arguments.
But it's not asinine. It's not an argument. It's a philosophical argument.
That's kind of the question.
I don't know. I don't know.
Exactly.
What relevancy has that got to do with what we're talking about?
To an explosion.
What relevance has that got to do with what we're talking about?
That's exactly
because you just said that you cannot, you can't show on a model. Oh my god! Let me, please, guys.
You literally asked me if my IQ was higher than an explosion. I'm sorry.
I know.
Listen, listen. If you don't understand what, listen, Dresden.
I just need, before we move on to his IQ, we were in the middle of something. He was going to demonstrate opposite vortices because.
Yeah, that's why I brought up what I was saying.
Yeah, he's going to demonstrate that.
and again, do I need to say it? That's.
Yeah, you won't let me say why it's relevant, but okay. Dresden.
Yeah, because we were in the middle of something, and you want to just
no, I was in the middle of something talking to him anyway.
We were talking about him demonstrating opposite vortices on a spinning ball,
which was the debate I was having with him. Yeah, I know. Before you come in,
and then you start.
Sorry, that's why we're stepping on each other at the minute. Sorry, brother.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. I didn't know it was your debate.
Yeah, no, I'm going to hand it straight over to you, bro. Because honestly,
everything is Nathan's debate because he's the center of attention in everything he does.
No, I
mean, Dresden. I don't want Dresden to lose the philosophical point because he stated he cannot show opposite vortices on a spinning ball. No. All these things, and I said, "Are you smarter than an explosion?"
I cannot show that because that's
okay, Dresden. You've got to let me talk, mate. Please.
For fuck's sake!
You just made a claim that what I was saying was bullshit. So
can I speak, please?
What? You won't let me say one sentence, Dresden.
Go ahead.
Just let me say it, and then I'll let you speak.
Go ahead. All right, have it.
Okay. Right. So the reason why I said, "Do you think you're more intelligent than an explosion?" There's a philosophical argument to that, right? Which is that everything come out of nothingness of an explosion. So, in fact, the point is these opposite vortices, as proposed by you, that you don't actually have any factual proof for, not empirical anyway, came from an explosion. That's why I was asking about your comparative IQ or intellect or capability, even, to an explosion. Do you think you're more capable of an explosion to build things? Yes or no?
Do I think I'm more capable than an explosion to build things? Yes.
Yeah, you do. All right, but the explosion made the. Yeah, but the explosion made the opposite. Listen, but the explosion made. Listen, but the explosion made the opposite vortex. But you can do it.
You're asserting a claim to. You're
mad,
associating
bro.
a claim to me that I've never made.
Dude, it's a philosophical argument, bro. That's it. Listen,
it's a
I'm just
philosophical
showing
argument that's
the
assuming a claim
silliness of
that
your
I've never
religious.
made.
I'm just
Yeah,
showing how silly your religious argument is.
Observe
Come on.
reality, not hypothetical.
Right, Nathan, sorry, bro. You talked to him. Nathan, talk to him. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I mean, just like Dresden. You can't model it, and you're asking us to show you how it works. You don't fucking know how it works. You don't have a fucking clue how to create opposite vortices. You're an idiot, dude.
Do I need to repeat myself?
We don't have to get to ad hominem. We don't have to get to ad hominem.
This is akin to begging for somebody to demonstrate water sticking to a ball. Basically, what you're begging for is for somebody to generate an experiment wherein somebody creates a ball the mass and size of the Earth and puts an ocean on it, and then now you're begging for somebody to put an atmosphere on it. It's an asinine experiment to be begging for, and you know it.
So
you
can't
here's the
demonstrate
thing.
how it
you
would
know
work.
it though. You know that it's an asinine experiment.
Why do you need a ball as big as Earth to show us opposite vortices? I can show you opposite vortices in a swimming pool, dumbass.
Then do it.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Since you,
I'd
but
like to-
the experiment that you're begging for.
Discord chat.
The experiment.
Is this guy just gonna talk over me the entire time?
Why don't you bang a hammer against a SpongeBob, dude? Go ahead, do it.
Shut
The experiment that you're begging for.
Troll.
The experiment
He
that you're
stalks me, guys. He knows everything about me. Look at this guy. Hey, what's my favorite color, Dresden? Tell me my favorite color since you know everything about me, Dresden.
I don't know. What color is meth?
Holy shit. What color is meth? Have you not watched Breaking Bad, brother? Blue!
Hey, there you go. Hey, I just showed you how to create opposite vortices since your dumbass didn't know.
That's not the challenge you
just
posed to
posted
me.
it
This
in
is
the
not
chat
the challenge you
since
posed to
your
me.
dumbass
This is not
didn't
the challenge
know.
you posed to me.
Okay?
This is not the challenge you posed to me.
Triggered crybaby who talks over everyone. I posted it in the chat for your dumbass to see. Got it?
That is not the challenge you posed to me.
This is an appeal to drug addict fallacy. Shut up.
That is not the challenge you posed to me. The challenge you posed was demonstrate opposite vortices existing on a ball.
It can't be done, you fucking retard!
It can't be done
That's why
on
I
the
asked you to
scale.
demonstrate it. And you couldn't do it. And you didn't even
Where's
know
the
how to do
moderator?
it.
He just
So I
called me a
showed
fucking
you
retard.
how to do
Where's the
it.
moderator?
You dumbass. We're a
Yeah, he
moderator.
showed you how to
We're
do
a
it, bro.
moderator. Somebody, whoa, somebody hold my hand. I'm getting fucking
challenge-
worked right now.
the
Yeah, I'm gonna
challenge-
work your
the
dumb
challenge
ass
you-
over.
the
Okay?
challenge you posed
My
to me-
argument
the
was not that I'm gonna show you what I asked for proof for, because I
challenge
know
you
that
posed
shit
to me-
doesn't exist.
The
Okay?
challenge you posed
That's
to
why
me
I asked
was-
you
The
to
challenge you posed
demonstrate
to me
it.
was demonstrate
He's
opposite
just gonna
vertices
talk
on a ball.
the whole
The
time.
challenge you posed
Gotta
to me was
ignore
demonstrate opposite
everything.
vertices on a
This
ball.
guy's gotta go.
What you've just
He's
sent,
a moron.
This link that
Gentlemen.
the link that you
He's
just sent.
a moron. Frothing globe zombie alert. Frothing globe zombie alert. Frothing globe zombie alert. This guy's a fucking retard. Intellectual destitute reject. Reality denying numpty. Get him out of here. He's gotta go.
Dresden, dude.
I'm back now.
I'm gonna
Hold
ask
on,
the same
hold on,
question
guys.
again, Nathan. Why do you want to ban me?
Yeah, this fucking moron Helios
No,
talking
it's
over everyone.
You want to be banned, Dresden. You asked to be
the
banned.
entire time.
Gentlemen,
Then-
can we one at a time, please,
Gentlemen. Yeah,
Gentlemen,
to display
please.
opposite vortices, I mean, you just run your hand through the water. You have
Yes.
water
Helio,
spewing the other
now,
way.
Helio,
One way.
I have to ask you, since you seem to be the voice of reason,
But-
Helio, was the
but yeah.
challenge not to demonstrate opposite vortices on a ball?
It
on
can't
a
be
ball.
done, dumbass. That's why I asked you to do it. So when I posted how to do opposite vortices, because you didn't know, don't say, oh, that's not opposite vortices on a spinning ball. You didn't show me what you asked me for.
That's exactly what the
You're a
challenge you
fucking
posed
retard.
to me was. That's exactly what the challenge you
It's like
posed to me was.
when you have some water like at rest, then you put your hand in there and you just move it.
Honestly,
then you'll have opposite vortices
Yes,
in the water.
But
very easy to
Helio,
demonstrate.
Helio.
Yeah.
Now, correct
So
me
if
if
you
I'm
have an
wrong,
atmosphere
Helio, but he
above a
was
flat
asking
Earth-
me to demonstrate that on a ball.
Yeah.
No, of course. I mean, nobody can demonstrate that on
And he knows that, and he knows that because
Oh, so that's a
yeah, he's
concession.
being a
You can't
shithead.
demonstrate it.
That's all right.
Exactly.
I
because that's
recognize
what Nathan does. Because
Can't
Nathan
demonstrate
is a
it.
shithead.
Can't demonstrate it. Hey, how about gravitational orbits? Can you demonstrate that here on Earth?
Oh, goodness gracious. Hey, how about you explain to me what the second law of thermodynamics is?
Well, I asked the question first. Do you decline? You don't want to answer my question? Sure, I'm happy to answer yours.
How do I demonstrate orbits?
I was just wondering if this is going to be a parlay or if I'm just going to lecture you on shit.
Fuck on everybody. If you want to talk about the second law of thermodynamics, that's the different question.
I don't think he really wants to go there.
Helio, I
He
asked
probably
him.
doesn't want to go down.
Nathan
Helio,
doesn't
I
want to
asked
go
him
to
if
the
he could
second law of
demonstrate
thermodynamics
gravitational
because
orbits.
he doesn't know what the second law of thermodynamics
I asked him before all this if he could demonstrate a gravitational orbit, and then he deflected to the second law of thermodynamics. So I just need a concession.
So I have
I
to.
just
I have
need
to
a
ask
concession. I told you he talks over everyone, Helio. Just need a concession that you can't demonstrate it, or just show us where you demonstrated gravitational orbits.
He's not going to concede. Now get him a Scooby snack.
Okay, Nathan,
He already conceded he couldn't demonstrate opposite vortices on a spinning ball.
I have a question.
He already conceded
What,
that.
What do you constitute a demonstration of orbits?
What
What to you is a
gravity?
demonstration of an
I
orbit?
said gravitational orbits. Pay attention.
Fucking orbits.
Okay, so it would need to be mass attracting mass causing one object to circle another, or
Stop it.
or the bending of space-time causing one object to circle another object. Can you demonstrate that or not?
I mean, you can look at the preponderance of satellites that are in our atmosphere. I mean, there are thousands of satellites.
So that's another no. I can't demonstrate it.
All right, so here, I guess the crux of your question is demonstrate gravity.
Wait. Since you're saying the preponderance of satellites, show us that the evidence that exists. This orbital mechanics thing. Show us this preponderance of satellites.
No,
it's going to be impossible for me to show you.
Yeah, it's going to be impossible.
Even if I show you a live feed.
Thank
from
you.
Himawari,
I'll take that. Another
concession. If I show you a live feed from the Himawari, which is a satellite in orbit, you're going to deny that it exists. You deny that the ISS exists.
You can demonstrate it.
So here, let's step back.
Earth.
Let's step back. Okay. All
right.
right. So
you don't have a Himawari. I don't have a Himawari. Nobody here has a Himawari, so we can't demonstrate.
How about we talk about gravity in general? Okay, since you deny gravity
asked for
exists.
proof, and I'll take it. You conceded. You can't demonstrate it.
I
Sure,
can't
you wanna talk about gravity?
I can't prove
He
to
wants
you
to talk
that
about
which you
gravity in
deny.
general.
I can't
Sure,
prove
let's
to
talk
you
about
that which
gravity.
you deny. I mean, honestly.
Dresden, do you think time is physical?
Yes.
Yes. You think time has physical attributes? Which ones?
Time
Which
has
ones?
physical. What do you mean? Like, define a physical attribute. Look,
You don't know what
we
makes
understand.
something physical?
We understand the passing of time. That's a physical thing for us.
Yeah, we understand the concept of time. Yes, I understand that. Is time physical? Like, I understand love. You love your wife, but that doesn't mean love's physical, right? Love's not physical, right?
I don't think anybody can properly define time without saying a frequency resonance. Just saying.
Okay, concept.
Back to the continuum.
Time, physical. So, can time move things?
No.
No, it can't. Can you attribute height, length, and width to time?
No, and I've never.
No,
made
have
that
you? Oh,
assertion.
wait, hold on. Have you ever seen time spinning?
No, and I've never made that assertion.
No, you haven't. How about have you ever seen time with an electrical charge?
No, and I've never made that assertion.
No. Have you ever seen time with momentum?
No, and I've never made that assertion.
No, you haven't. So it has none of the fucking attributes of a physical fucking thing, you dumbass. So I'll ask you again. Is time physical?
Yes.
Yes! Oh, really? Even though you just told me over and over and over and over it's not physical. Are you fucking stupid? You
Dude,
think you're clowning? You think you're fooling anyone here? You think you're fooling us?
We
dude.
recognize the time. The
You
passing
think
of time.
you're fooling me?
There's a
you
physical
think you're
construct.
fooling me, bud?
There's a
I've
physical.
fucking gone through
Dresden,
NASA
brother. I
scientists
told you
and
you're
land
getting
surveyors.
shown up.
There's a
You're
physical.
fucking mincemeat, dude.
There's a
You're a
physical
fucking
construct.
low-level globe
There's a
zealot.
physical
You don't even
construct
know
that we
your own
attribute to
religion.
the passage of time.
You don't even know what
There-
makes something
there's
physical.
a physical construct to
You're
the
a
passage of time,
retard.
and therefore we
Shut up.
attribute it to physicality.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna talk.
Okay.
Nobody's listening to you. You're an
Nobody's
idiot.
listening to me because you cannot stop talking. You have
We
this
already proved
neurological
you're a retard.
disorder
We heard
where
everything
you
you
cannot
said.
stop talking.
I debunked it.
No,
point
you
by
did not
point.
debunk it. You debunked nothing
Nathan,
because
calm
you're a
down.
fucking
He
idiot.
was going to record us. He can record us saying that he was going to get himself banned and shut the fuck up. It's all good.
I seriously doubt he's recording any of this. He should be embarrassed if he is.
Absolutely,
But
I am.
anyway.
No. So here's the thing. I've never made any of the weird, bizarre assertions that Nathan thinks I've made, but time we attribute there's a physical construct to which we attribute to time. Okay.
Obviously, you've never studied Nikola Tesla, and now I'm going to tell you to shut the fuck up because time is a frequency resonance, and all you have to do is take an atomic clock on an airplane, and you can tell the vibration will fuck it up. Have a nice day. Talk another shit.
All right,
out your
cool.
ass, dude.
Thanks. Have a nice day. Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Congrats.
So can't demonstrate
Time is not
obscurities.
physical, but you are.
Can't demonstrate gravitational orbit. Admits time doesn't have momentum, spin, height, weight, width, or electrical charge. And he's gonna sit here and tell us it's physical. So good job, bro. You're fucking numpty of the year tonight.
But guess what?
You hat
Guess
tricked
what?
the whole fucking
Yeah,
thing.
guess
You're
what,
the
Dresden?
globe
We are
Wayne
recording
Gretzky.
this. We
Yeah,
are
I know.
recording this.
That's
Yeah, you're the
great.
globe
I
Wayne
definitely
Gretzky,
am.
dude. Good job.
Hey, Nathan.
Damn, man, I'm
Nathan,
drunk and I still told this
so-
ass clown off.
So obviously you deny gravity, right? So if gravity
I
doesn't,
don't deny gravity. What do you mean? Define gravity for everyone, please, before you claim that
the
I
law of
deny it.
gravitation is the universal attraction of mass to mass. Okay.
That's
So-
Newtonian gravity,
When-
which was superseded by Einstein 100
Sure.
years
That
ago.
Is
that
there
not-
well,
that is not true.
even if
It
that's
was
the
not
case, Dresden,
superseded by
is there
Einstein.
any scientific evidence for mass attracting
Well,
masses? Is
Newton
there
never
any-
formulated
Yes.
a hypothesis. So if Newton never formulated a hypothesis for his
then how is
outdated,
it superseded by Newton?
religious cult rhetoric,
how is
what's going to
Newton-
be your
How is
scientific
it
evidence?
superseded by Einstein if there is never a formal
Hey,
hypothesis?
numpty! If he didn't make a hypothesis, what's going to be your hypothesis for mass attracting mass? You got
mean,
one? Or are we
it's
going to hear
gonna be
like
the
another 10 seconds of fucking crickets buzzing outside?
Yeah, he's probably going to give us some similar bullshit that,
No, I
that
know
he
why
gave
you
us
get
about
drunk,
the
Helio.
Aristotle.
Now I know.
No, don't assume his arguments. Do you have a fucking argument or not?
I mean, you can literally see mass attracting mass in the Cavendish experiment. It's been done.
can
It's been
see
done.
mass
It's been
attracting
done
mass.
thousands and thousands of times.
In the
It's been
Cavendish.
done thousands and
So,
thousands of times.
excellent.
And
What's the hypothesis for Cavendish?
Furthermore, explain to me how accelerometers work, ignoring the effects of gravity.
Well, I thought we were
Okay,
talking
sure.
about
Hold on,
Cavendish.
we-
I thought we were
That's what we're talking about Cavendish.
A piezoelectric
Science.
accelerometer demonstrates
No, thank you.
gravity. And
No,
what's
that-
the
is
hypothesis
that
for
Cavendish-
Cavendish?
I don't
Did
care
Cavendish
about Cavendish.
use an
Let's
accelerometer?
disregard Cavendish.
Guys, real quick.
Disregard
I just
Cavendish.
need to get this guy's hypothesis for
I'm
Cavendish.
getting excited too. My bad.
Disregard Cavendish.
Drez,
Disregard
I know
Cavendish.
you're motor
Let's
mouthing
talk
and
about,
you can't
let's
stop
talk
talking.
about
I know.
piezoelectric
But
accelerometers.
hey, motor mouth. Could just
Explain
calm
to
down
me.
for 2
Explain
seconds.
to me how a piezoelectric
You
accelerometer works.
you
with
brought up
gravity.
We're not gonna ask questions now.
Everybody,
Not your
everybody,
turn
hold
yet.
on.
You brought up Cavendish.
There's
Remember,
no
try
reason-
and stay on topic, okay? I know you're scatterbrained as fuck.
Nathan,
Try to stay on
Nathan,
topic. You brought up
please.
Cavendish,
Nathan,
okay?
Nathan.
One at a time, guys.
I need a hypothesis.
Yeah, I don't have
Please.
the focus.
I need a hypothesis for Cavendish.
Dude, I don't want to mute
Dresden.
any of you guys. Please stop.
Need a
this.
hypothesis for Cavendish, Dresden. Please.
I'm not going to make a hypothesis for Cavendish because
Oh, you don't have
I
one?
don't care about
Talk about your
Cavendish.
ass.
I don't care
You
about
don't
the
have
Cavendish experiment. The Cavendish
You don't have
you can go and you can look up the Cavendish experiment all you want. I don't. Need
It's
to make
not
a
an
hypothesis.
experiment. I know everything about it.
It is an experiment. You can go and look at it.
Oh, okay.
It's
If an
not.
experiment,
Hey,
what's the
hey,
hypothesis?
hey, guys,
Time out.
Nathan.
Time out. Can we please back
Let-
up?
Nathan,
All right.
No. I'm gonna hold you to this, you son of a bitch. You can Google Nikola Tesla and his dynamic theory of gravity.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, but he
Joey,
brought up
everyone-
Cavendish as an
Well, I
experiment.
know it
It's
is.
not
Then
an
he's gonna bring
experiment.
up focal pendulum because that's all they've been
Hey,
doing since
hey,
the fucking 50s.
hey,
I don't
guys,
need the focal pendulum.
guys,
Everybody here.
let's grow up. Let's grow the fuck up right now.
Oh, I'm just tired
Right
of hearing
now.
about this shit. I'll be back later.
What's the hypothesis for Cavendish?
Grow the fuck up. Who the fuck cares? Grow the fuck
What do you
up.
mean? Who cares? He said it was his proof for mass attracting mass.
I don't
So
give a
pay
shit what
attention.
he said.
Try not to lose the plot. Okay,
I'm
we're
saying-
on topic here.
Let's not disrespect each other. Okay.
No, I don't care.
We wanted to talk about gravity. 5
To
minutes.
be honest,
all we've got is mass attract mass. That's it.
God, if
All
I
we've got
can't
is 5
fucking
minutes.
say a word, I'm gonna mute everybody.
Cool, mute everyone. Maybe we'll get somewhere.
I
This
just want to
fucking
say
goofball. The reason we called you here.
you're muted.
All right, listen, we need to calm down a little bit, but because otherwise, this all we need to do is just show this guy up. Really, like I said, I wanted to debate him earlier, but I know everyone wants to say their say, so it's cool.
You were steamrolled
Yeah,
by.
I wasn't trying to jump in to say
dude.
anything. I just wanted to everyone to like one at a time. People talk, you know.
Yeah. It was kind of my fault. I was like, let's have a one-on-one debate, brother, and then Nathan
Yeah,
come
but
in.
Nathan, you're gonna have to calm down. And
I know, but I took it to the arena level, didn't I? That was kind of mean.
everybody's taking it to the extreme. You better freaking start talking to each other one on one. I don't care how vitriolic it is. Dude, I'm gonna mute everybody if you don't talk over me while I'm explaining how this has to happen.
The people want to listen but can't hear.
Holy fucking shit! Oh, is that Jedi?
No, it's Pool Dog. I'm just saying, people were trying to listen, but nobody can hear.
Dresden was on my server and I kicked him off for this shit, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to put up with it. You shouldn't either.
Shit. This is my, this is my live stream, so I'm just saying, you guys have to talk one at a time. Let each other finish, or else I'm just. It's just really fucking crazy. It doesn't make any sense to people that are listening. That's bottom line.
Try not to call people names. It's immature, and it is. You're not making yourself look any better.
Well, it's not even about calling each other names or anything. It's just like common courtesy. It's like, hey, I have a question about what you're saying. Hey, here's what I think about it.
He wasn't here to listen or learn. He was just here to waste our time. He was on my server for a few days, guys.
I don't give a shit, Joey.
Well, whatever, Healy. I'll stop supporting you too then.
All right, well, stop supporting me then.
Dude, guys.
I'm just tired of all this shit.
Grow
man.
up.
I work
he
so
was
hard for
trolling.
all of you.
He was
I'm
trolling
not trying
the
to
fuck
trigger
out
you,
of the
Joey.
channel, Helio.
I'm not going to argue with people. I'm just saying this was out of control. So
Dude,
I'm
the guy was
to
making specific claims you couldn't back up. And I'm just saying, look, he asked to be banned, right? And the point was, that guy was trying to make it go this way anyway. He asked to be banned because he couldn't be fucked with the heat. Man couldn't take the heat.
I get that, but there was no reason for us to lose our shit.
I didn't lose my shit. I just wanted to get him all twisted up, mate. To show how stupid he was.
He's still here. He's still here. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
please, man.
stupid.
Nobody. This is just.
That is not a derogatory term or an ad-hom when I say he's stupid. I'm talking about his academic claims, right? They are stupid. It's not inherent of him as a person. Okay,
sure.
You're getting ad hominem. You're trying to take cheap shots when he can't even defend himself.
Oh, sure.
Okay,
Well,
let's grow up.
Yeah, I mean,
we're here for adult conversation.
Use it as an opportunity.
Sorry for saying that. I've been drinking, guys. I'm done. I'll talk to
Yeah,
you guys.
Joey,
later.
bro.
Sorry.
Joey. We love you, Joey, bro. It's cool, man.
But yeah, just use it. These type of opportunities as an opportunity to teach instead of just like. I mean, of course they're showing their ass, but we don't have to show our ass. Ourselves.
No, remember, Helio. Sorry to interrupt, man. Like the moment we let our emotions get the best of us, we've been dispelled. Like the truth has been dispelled. If that's what we're carrying, we have to carry it like adults. And I'm seeing childish behavior here. This is uncalled for. This is ridiculous. Okay,
I'm seeing
and-
concerned trolling here.
Myself,
but
listen, we move past it. It's cool. We know we got a bit emotional. It's all good. We're not crying now.
Well, I mean, if it happens again,
No.
right
I'm not pointing the finger at somebody else. I'm pointing the finger at you.
All right.
Oh, it's who?
Yeah, I'm pointing the finger at us.
Yeah,
I know you are, dude.
Like,
Yeah, we got it.
we all got overexerted here. Like,
Yeah, but listen.
I don't see there was any reason to, but even though
I already explained that.
I mean, hey,
it's my fault.
this dude, Dresden. I mean, he freaking knows. He knows how to trigger us, and so don't let him do it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he didn't listen. Right, guys, he never triggered me. Can I say he never ever triggered me? I just wanted to put pressure on him. That was it.
I was already triggered when I got here, so he didn't trigger me.
All right. Well,
I've been triggered about this fucking globe bullshit for 5 years, dude. That's why I run the largest group in the world.
I get it, but I'm
more observations than
everybody.
the president.
We can't just screw over each other. You know.
Guys, we have to be the adults. We have to grow
we got
from each other. Like, that's why we're here. That's why I'm here. I'm new here. Okay, I don't know have my name here, but we have to grow. We have to by insulting some troll. Where does that get us? Nowhere.
Dude,
is there an echo?
I take offense to being called a troll. This is
there an
not
echo?
fair. Like, can I defend myself over that accusation?
Sorry, no, I didn't mean to generalize.
I would prefer you not defend yourself over some troll or whatever, you think.
I'm screwing around. You guys can call me whatever you want. I don't care.
This is for information. We're trying to spread information to help the public. That's what we're doing here. And I would prefer
Wait, can I say something quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
Dresden, we're not actually saying you're a troll, bro. We're saying he's just saying we should get too emotional. We won't trigger whatever. Cool. But like Nathan said, we've been triggered over this for years, right? People like to come in and talk to us like we're stupid when we know more about all of this than they do, right? So the point is he's like, I'm recording this to show people later. So when he said that, right, I was like, okay then, you're going to try and show us up. Okay, I'm going to put the heat under your feet and let's see how you cripple. That was all that was. And Nathan come in and was on the exact same wavelength, dude, because the guy was acting like not a troll.
You totally stepped all over your toes.
He said earlier, I'm recording this, and was like, motherfucker, we're live. What
you want evidence?
You're in a live stream, 24 hours a day. We do this all the time, so we're not scared of. I mean, or you think this isn't recorded? Holy shit! Look at that. You can clip this up. I don't care if you use any clips from when you were in here. With all of us, you could make fun of us. Just please share the Discord link. Please share the Discord link in the live stream.
Please share the Discord link. Promoting us. You work for us now. Thanks for all the free promo work.
Dude, I promote your work all the time, Nathan. Don't worry about it, homie.
Thanks, appreciate it. Hey, you guys, I was just recently researching Tron. I don't know, it's kind of before my time. Helio, you're familiar with Tron, though, right?
I have a question.
Tron,
yeah, go ahead.
Hey,
you have a question?
Yeah, let's try to move this on. Yeah, somebody new has a question.
I love how my last question is being
Oh,
totally.
you better make it fucking quick.
Oh, me?
Right. No. Somebody, Dresden, just hold back for a minute. Somebody new has a question. Let them ask.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, this is a little bit open ended, but I assume most people here are flat earthers. Yes.
Everyone's a flat earther. We just figured it out. Yes.
I'm a globe truther. But what's it called? If the globe Earth model is wrong, then what do you guys propose is right? Like a flat disk rotating, or does the sun spin around us?
Replacement fallacy, but we could explain some of it, maybe. But I don't have to replace your bullshit model with another one in order to show that your one's bullshit.
Did you claim to be a globe truther?
Yes,
everybody.
Sir.
And you didn't know? You don't know if the flat Earth rotates or if the sun moves above us?
I mean, yeah, like that's what you guys are saying, right?
No, nobody says that flat Earth rotates.
So the sun.
I'm trying to see why you're confused on this issue because nobody on flat Earth thinks that the Earth rotates.
Yeah, do you
Like the
think
flat disc spins like a
do you
like a
think
pizza
that
around the center.
do you think that flat earthers think that we're the third disc from the sun?
I don't know what you guys believe, to be honest, because you guys keep saying I don't know, I don't know.
Yeah, but you called yourself a
We
globe
don't believe
truther.
shit,
Wouldn't
we
you
know
look into
shit.
this? This model is 5,000 years old.
Which
So-
model? The flat Earth model?
Yeah, we didn't invent this yesterday. So for you to say, I don't know what flat earthers believe, I'm going to go in the Discord and pretend I'm a globe truther, but you don't even know if we think the earth is stationary or not, just kind of
mean-
shows your ignorance. And
I know I'm ignorant. That's why I came here. I want to get educated on what you guys honestly believe.
That's
yeah,
fair.
we don't honestly believe anything we talk about.
Hey,
it can be
it's fair
verified.
enough, though.
I mean, obviously, I don't believe it.
We're here for knowledge, right? We're not here about beliefs.
Yeah,
It's
nobody
about knowledge.
believes
Like,
in the flat Earth.
like we're trying to find knowledge. We're not trying to believe. You can believe what you want to believe. You can believe it's round. You can believe it's flat. You can believe it's fucking hollow. The topic here is about proving what the hell it is.
You know what?
So what have
what's
you guys
crazy
learned
about
so
this?
far?
Check this out. Every single person on Earth, when they go outside and they go across the Earth, it's a stationary level plane. They
Mhm.
experience it that way.
Mhm.
So why would you think it's a globe?
Because we're tiny and the Earth is huge.
Who told you
It will
that?
be imperceptible to us.
Who told you that?
Wrong question. What? Wrong question.
Like
It's not who told you
school.
that. It's like what you have that proves that. Yes, there is
What do
compulsory
you have to
education.
prove that the Earth is flat?
I
So
would
no,
ask you.
Who told you it was a globe?
Dude.
A school. We all went to the same schools. We all know why I believe the Earth is
told that when
flat.
I was growing up too. Yeah. But I now I've come to the conclusion that they were wrong about that. So what do you think about that?
I mean, I guess you think it's wrong, but I'm trying to figure out what you guys believe, if not the globe, if not the Earth being round.
Why do you keep saying the B word?
Milk. Hey, Milk.
We're not
can
here
I-
to talk about the B word.
Okay, not believe. I want to know what you guys have discovered.
Yeah, we discovered the Earth is not a ball like we were told.
Hey, Milk.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to address what you just said very specifically. Can I?
Yeah, good shoot.
All right. So, like in school, you were taught that you're on a spinning ball where the water curves and it's 70% water, and it. I mean, 24,000 miles circumference roughly. We should be able to observe that. Right?
Yeah.
But what I would like you to understand is that whether the Earth is flat or round, through compulsory education, which is where they taught you about the globe, they could compel you to believe that the Earth is flat, even if it was round, and they could compel you to believe the Earth was round, even if it was flat. Like through compulsory education, which is where you came in here. You came in here talking about what you were taught in school.
Yeah.
So long as they can tell you what's right and wrong, they can tell you what it is. And so far as what we can observe, you have to really observe it for yourself before you can actually discern the truth. Because through compulsory education, I could tell you that it's round or flat. That's my point.
Okay. What is the generally accepted flat Earth model though?
There is none, man. I'm sorry I'm new here. I'm not any voice here beyond just myself. I only speak for myself. No one here is speaking beyond themselves. I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I know is that you don't. That's the only thing that I know is that you don't and I don't. That's the only knowledge I have.
Yeah, wouldn't we have to observe an edge to be able to model it and have all the dimensions?
Well, let's reverse that. okay, so let's model the curvature. Let's model the vacuum of space. Let's go ahead and create a closed environment and open vacuum.
Hey, check this out. I
Uh,
mean, someone was asking about, what's the flat Earth model or whatever. Hey, well, the globe Earth model we're all quite aware of. Some may know it better than others. But as far as and the globe Earth people that will defend their model will come in and say, well, our model makes predictions of different celestial events and all that kind of stuff. But those celestial events were happening and were predicted long before the globe model was created. I'm not sure if most people are aware of that. Did you guys know that? I mean, the people that think, oh, well, what's your flat Earth model? It's like, well, long before the globe Earth model, man, the flat Earth people, they may have been quote unquote primitive, which they weren't. If you look into real history, they were predicting these celestial events, long before
Helio,
this globe Earth
I,
model.
I don't mean to cut you off, Helio, but I I think your point can easily be made by compulsory education. Like
Yeah, that's a bit, but people don't even get that kind of education anymore. They think the only way that the globe Earth model works is because the globe Earth model works, and everybody thinks it doesn't work. They're just dumb.
Okay, but if you can't realize that you and I and our children are being forced into these indoctrination camps where they're teaching these models. What I'm trying to say is that they could teach the other model.
Excuse me.
Even if the opposite model was true.
Nobody interrupt him. Let him finish, please.
He says this about everything.
So yeah, so through compulsory education, you could teach that the Earth was flat if it was actually round, and if it was actually flat, you could teach that it was the other. You could teach the opposite. Through compulsory education, it doesn't matter what is actually true.
Well, sure. I mean, that's why models are pseudoscience.
Helio.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we get any further into this, can my buddy, your friend, get voice chat privileges again?
I'm not sure. I think your friend was being a dickhead earlier.
That is unfortunate. Are there any other mods who would be willing to give him voice chat privileges?
I think he does have voice chat privileges. He's just muted himself.
No. He just has lobby right now on his roles.
No, he's in here.
Oh, is he in here?
Your friend? Yeah, with the monkey.
Oh yeah,
icon.
yeah. You're not muted.
Here.
Your friend.
He can
Yeah, you can open your mic.
It's under his roles. It just says lobby though, instead of VC verified.
Hey, I'm gonna go off mic, but hey, everyone here.
All right, I'll give him VC verified, but yeah, your friend, just look out, man, because I got your eye on you, bro.
Helio, I don't think he was being disrespectful before, honestly.
There was a couple times
I've been trying to pay attention for the people, and obviously that's not my role, but I don't think he was being disrespectful in any way.
That's cool. I just gave him VC.
Let's stop ad hominem.
Much appreciated.
We are smart enough here that when an individual makes a claim, that's a claim that needs to be explored, right? Like a lot of us like to project what we have and what we know onto other people's claims, and I think there's a lot of people here that have claims that can be disputed and refuted, but we take it beyond. Let's not ad hominem. Let's love each other. Let's recognize that we are on the same team.
Hey, Chris, we heard this 10 minutes ago, bro. Got you loud and clear.
Okay, thanks. I'll shut up.
You're good. Where were we? Oh yeah, as far as the history of Earth and I mean, the globe model, of course, it's a modern claim. It's really more modern, as far as like making predictions about celestial bodies and everything. Those predictions were made long before the globe Earth model was created. But anyway, that's my 2 cents, maybe 3 cents. I think I have about 5 cents in that. Oh no, I'm the 6 cents when it comes to that shit. But anyway, you guys have fun.
You see dead people then?
Yeah, exactly. I see dead people.
All right, brother. Tight.
No, let's see alive people. Let's waken up right now.
Yeah.
Let's live, folks.
Yeah, I mean, I
Let's
see
not
dead
be
people
dead.
every day. They
No,
don't even
let's
know.
live. Let's see life right now.
Exactly, bro. I see a dead
Right
people
now
every
is the time for life.
We're trying to wake them up, man. We're trying to wake them up from death.
Time for life. Let's go.
I'd really like to hear Nathan tell us what his interpretation of the second law of thermodynamics is.
Wait, brother.
How about give yours?
The second,
I like that,
the
yeah.
second law of thermodynamics dictates that in an isolated system, the entropy of a system will always be increasing.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as an isolated system.
Well, but also always be increasing. Like, isn't that always
an
false?
isolated system. I mean, there's no such thing as like a perfectly isolated system, at least in thermodynamics terms. So
Yeah, but it's used as a balance to understand the difference between a closed and an open system.
right, okay, so
Do you have a paper on that?
no, that's what the law states.
I do. I mean,
that's what
I
the
could
law
actually
states. I mean, like, that's not my interpretation. That's what the law states.
Yeah, you could do your interpretation of it.
So
can you show gas pressure and
That's
interaction?
literally not what my interpretation is.
Your
That's
argument
what the law
is
states.
that entropy increases in an isolated system. Where do we see isolated systems? Well, they don't exist. Is that your argument?
Well, in an isolated system, entropy can only be increased to a certain point, and then without any other energy introduced, then it's just gonna be, it's gonna equalize.
Can Nathan? Can you define entropy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Define entropy, please.
Yeah. Why?
High energy
What's the
systems
point?
move towards low energy systems. What do you not understand about
That's
that?
not what entropy is. Can you please define entropy?
Oh, okay. Not is your answer?
That's literally not what entropy is. I'm not saying
citation,
that's
please.
literally not what entropy is.
Okay, then
Well,
literally
now it's on you.
about how I'm wrong.
Entropy is essentially the disorder in a system, the thermal energy that's not available in a system causing disorder. That's what entropy is.
Disorder, yeah, high pressure moving towards low pressure.
That is not what entropy is. Entropy does not dictate that high pressure.
Dude, guys.
I wish you to give a better.
Could I take this one? Can I take this one? Can I take this one, please? Because what he's just said is so fucking funny. Because did you hear what he said, guys? Did you hear what he just said?
Yeah,
I
He said,
did.
what did he say? Did he say the destabilization of certain things and energies? Right. So there's an input of energy, right? Yeah. So let's say the sun, and the sun excites gas particles and makes them what? More excited.
Hey, check this out. I mean,
creates a pressure differential inside of that volumeric area, right? So the point is, mate.
Volumeric is not a word.
I think he thinks
actually, volumeric is actually a fucking word. So shut up, please.
I think he thinks he can't learn anything from flat earthers.
Yeah, just
I
put
know.
them in.
I know.
Just put them in
Listen, he's
That
just
is 100% not true.
Dude, you just explained entropy, right? Listen, you did. You explained entropy. Well done. But guess what, mate? You don't realise that Nathan did the same thing. Because you don't understand that the idea of a lower pressure system and a higher pressure system can be created by what you just stated as well. Which is that energy can be inserted and excite different particles. That's Gay Lucas's gas laws, dude. Charles's law. What? That's cold energy. What? Doing what?
And
Unexciting gas particles.
he's
Making a lower pressure
what
thing.
Nathan
That's
described,
mate. Shut up. I'm talking. You don't talk over me, all right? Please. I let you speak whenever I spoke to you, all right? So please don't do it, because I can shout louder than any person.
crack villain.
Mate, yeah, I'm the fucking crack villain. And what? So let's listen. All right. I don't care. Listen. Dude, you explained it perfectly. It's fine. I'm just saying, you need to understand that when we're talking about it, we're saying the same thing as you, pretty much. The reason we say it, lower pressure, higher pressure system, there is a problem here, right? Do you understand what is going on here? When you listen, can you say your definition again, and I'll break it down for you bit by bit, so you can understand it on our level. Your definition of entropy, what you just gave, which was the exact same as what our fucking definition is. Please, bro. Like, I want you to just... This isn't about anyone conceding at this point. This is just about understanding each other on a level, yeah?
Okay, are you ready? You want me to define it again?
Yes, mate.
That would be cool. Go ahead.
In thermodynamics, entropy is essentially the amount of thermal energy that's not available for conversion into mechanical work. So,
mechanical work, right?
It's
cool.
essentially a quantification of the disorder in the system.
Oh, is it? It's a quantification of a disorder. What does that mean? Explain to me what that means. In real time.
It is not the whole
Here.
pressure to low pressure system.
Sorry.
Guys,
I'm sticking him on this one. Guys, I'm sorry. I have to.
He's asked me a question, and I'm trying to respond.
Yeah. Let him finish the statement and then respond, please, Craig Villain.
Someone else. That wasn't me that did that. Someone jumped in while he was talking, and then I tried to tell them to be quiet.
Everyone else be quiet. Let him finish the statement.
No, Craig Villain, go ahead.
No, I wasn't.
No,
I didn't jump in
you finished what you were saying.
Okay. Yeah, finished. Please. I didn't jump in. Someone else did.
So the response and the assertion that essentially what I've defined as entropy is the movement of high pressure to low pressure systems. That's not what entropy is. Entropy does not dictate that high pressure moves to low pressure. That is the ideal gas law, essentially, is what you're invoking when you say that high pressure moves to low pressure. That is the ideal gas law, which has nothing to do with entropy.
So you didn't even answer my question, because I'm trying to get you to understand it. So, again, can you answer the question I asked you, please?
What question did you ask me? Can you please rephrase it?
Are you serious?
Or restate it, at least. Because
so you can't remember what was said 5 sentences ago.
Pretty sure he asked you what the second law of thermodynamics is.
I thought my understanding of his question was to reiterate what entropy was.
Oh my god!
That's the second law of thermodynamics.
Okay, sorry. I apologize. Okay, let the record show that Dresden apologizes to Crack Villain for not understanding the question. Please
Dude, it's fine.
Rephrase your question.
Okay, fine. You said some... Alright, listen. Go back to your definition from the thing you're reading, right? Yeah, it's fine. Do that.
What? Of what?
Just read it again.
The second law or entropy?
No, the entropy part, dude. Read it again. Try and work it out in your brain what it's saying. Listen to it. You were talking about disturbances as what? Weren't you?
Disturbances.
You're not thermal. You were about
nothing about disturbances. It's a quantification of the amount of thermal energy that's not available for conversion into mechanical
not available.
Work. It is the definition of how much disorder there is in a system.
How much disorder there is? What would cause a disorder? What would create these problems?
Randomness is disorder.
Randomness is it? Haha, dude, I think you're mad.
Maybe
so listen,
disequilibrium.
To be honest, I think he's sort of.
I don't think he understands. No, he's right.
It depends on how much energy is introduced.
This is not my definition. This is literally the definition.
I know.
I get it.
You don't understand it. That's
the definition of entropy.
Yes, but you don't understand how it applies to the real world, do you?
Well, why don't you clue me in since you're an expert?
Right. So I'm not an expert, dude. I'm just saying you're not understanding it from our point of view. You're reading the definition. That doesn't mean you understand what the definition means, bro. That's all I'm saying to you, right? I'm not trying to fucking, smash you over the head with a plant pot here, right? I'm literally just trying to break it down for you. You're saying certain things that are like certain words, and you're not understanding truly what they
All right,
mean.
get on with your point.
Okay.
Instead
So
of ad homing me and telling me that I don't understand, just tell me what it is.
Right. So what would cause a problem with inside of So what would cause the problem? So again, we talk about energy input, for instance. Yeah. So energy is input into these systems, right? So if you want to talk about it, and then you can say it's gas law. I don't care, my friend. It's still a version of entropy. So if we have, let's say, something put in, right? Energy. What is it going to do? It's going to excite gases, for instance. It's going to change what it is. Available spaces. Literally, honestly, it's in the wording. I don't even want to explain it to you, mate. Because if you can't understand what we're trying to say with entropy, lower to higher pressure, that is just the result at the end, right? The things in between are what you were talking about a minute ago.
Sure.
That's what you're not understanding.
Right, Dylan, maybe there are people listening that don't understand this. Maybe we should have to explain it,
Also,
Yeah,
just
but
volumetric,
it's like he's
guys.
in a debation mode with me. It's like I don't feel like it's like I just want to keep. I want him to keep on saying that entropy isn't movement of lower pressure to higher pressure by stating the inconsistent. Like he's basically saying that because of this description, which is describing how the entropy occurs, that isn't what entropy is.
But entropy
Right,
has
Nathan's got it.
Entropy has nothing to do with the distribution of pressure.
Well,
Nathan's got it.
You're wrong about that. But hold on, guys.
No, I'm not.
You're wrong
I'm
about
not
that.
wrong
But
about
check
that.
this.
It has nothing
Yeah,
to do
you
with
are
that.
wrong. But
No, I'm not.
We'll
Dude,
see.
Yeah, from their
check
alma
this out.
mater. Yeah, from his
There's
alma
no
mater.
reason
Wiki.
sorry,
Hideo,
dude.
carry on.
No, I
Sorry,
was just
Hideo.
gonna say,
Carry on.
there are people listening, and this, this part of the argument, I think it should be sussed out. You know what I mean? For a lot of people, because it can become confusing. Because even people that listen a lot and say, "Oh, second law of thermodynamics violation," gas pressure without a container, all that kind of stuff.
Hey,
I don't think a
Helio,
lot of
can
people
I interrupt
really.
you just for a second?
You better make it quick.
My kids are about to wake up, so I don't have much longer. Just FYI, I'm gonna have to leave at like the drop of a hat, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's all right,
you
mate. Don't worry,
interrupting?
man.
I appreciate you guys.
Say goodbye. Is that?
No, I'm gonna stick around as long as I can, but if I drop out, it's because my kids wake up. That's
Oh, so you interrupted what I was saying just to say goodbye, kind of.
Yeah, it's a
Really?
preemptive. Like I'm out of here.
Goodbye.
Just
Continue.
just to say, like I'm not just just leaving.
How
just
important
for
do
the sake
you
of
think
leaving.
you are?
You're good. Yeah, thanks for sticking around.
Nathan, why do you have to add like why do you have to be a dick about things? Like
He was just in the middle of talking, and you interrupted to say, "Hey guys, I might have to leave
Dude,
later. My kids wake up."
This conversation, like I'm heavily involved in this debate, and I'm just saying.
All right,
like,
listen.
if
All
I
right,
have
let's
to
move on
leave,
from that.
It's for a reason. Like why?
His heroin is kicking in, bro.
Sure, and that's
listen,
that's
okay.
There is a
Listen,
reason.
What a
This
dick,
guy is
honestly.
There is a reason. So
What
yeah,
an
bro.
absolute
Man.
dick. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but-
sure. No, you're not a dick. Whatever. I mean, you are kind of a dick.
No, Nathan is a dick. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, tell me how you really feel.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
we're
a
all
fucking dick.
Tell me how you.
Anyway,
He's got a massive dick.
Yeah.
check this
By
out.
the way, volumetric means relating to the measurement of volume. It's a 4-syllable adjective. You retard.
After Nathan and him get done like licking each other's dicks or whatever,
Let's get a room,
then
homie.
people about the second law of thermodynamics, like I was doing.
Hey, you're the one calling me out by name. I know you
Yeah,
got a
I
crush
know.
on me, dude. I know you got a crush on me.
Hey,
Won't be
guess
getting a room
what?
with you anytime
hey,
soon.
do you know who I am?
No, I have
Yeah,
no clue.
Dresden. You're the Dresden Files. Cool. We don't care.
Yeah.
I have no clue who he is.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
I run the official Nathan Thompson support group.
Well done. Well done. You're a fucking idiot.
Is he bragging about that?
Are you seriously bragging about that?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like they're addicted to flat Earth, even
So
though
you're
they
a super.
I am.
You're a
love
super
they
fan.
love to hate flat Earth.
love
They
it.
love to
I
hate
got a
flat
fucking
Earth.
I love
boner
flat
for
Earth.
Nathan Group.
I love
Do you know who
flat
I
Earth.
am? I'm the guy who runs your official fan group, buddy.
Yeah, it is the official
It's
scientific.
kind of weird, isn't it, Nathan, that people just come in here to love to hate
it.
flat Earth? It's really strange.
Yeah.
I mean, they love
Anyway,
their hate.
how about we get back to the point, Helia?
Yeah,
the point was you couldn't
So
demonstrate
let's
opposite
teach
vortices.
people
You didn't
about
even
the
know
second
what
law
would create it.
Oh my gosh! Can somebody mute him just so Helia?
You also didn't know how to demonstrate gravitational orbits because you don't have anything big enough. Ron Jeremy fallacy.
Yeah, and
then you said time was
won't, and you
physical.
literally won't respond to literally
And
any
then
question
you-
that he has.
fallacy. That's
and
brilliant.
and then I know that is good, huh? I made
That's
that one
fucking
up. By the way.
great.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nathan,
and I'm muted.
And
I'm muted.
Nathan,
And I'm
you're
muted.
welcome
Look at that.
to-
Oh,
is
beautiful.
physical,
Nathan,
and then
I'm muted.
preceded as
Nathan.
time.
Oh yeah.
You're welcome
Fucking
here,
awesome.
but you're not welcome to just troll your trolls from Facebook and shit. You know, you're not going to be able to do that here.
I can't. I'm
So
going
I
over.
muted, I muted
all of
him.
his
I
stupid
muted
arguments.
him,
Beautiful.
and I didn't mute you.
Beautiful.
So
I was
just,
going over all of his arguments that he
Fucking
made
weird.
prior to
Fuck.
you coming in
Give a
here and
fuck.
us trying to have a
I don't
conversation.
give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
What do you mean? I can't talk about all the numptiness from earlier of the troll who just admitted he's the leader of my fan club.
I already
and how
knew it. I already
scientifically
knew it. I
illiterate
already
he
knew
is.
it. I already knew it, but this is not the place for it.
What do you mean? This is exactly what we do here. We expose
No, that's not what
globe
we do here.
numptiness.
No,
Oh, okay.
that's
What
not
are we doing here?
We're talking about flat Earth.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, which was he couldn't
Yeah, no,
demonstrate
you were
gravitation.
talking about
He couldn't
your-
demonstrate
your-
gravitational orbits. He thought
You were
time
talking
was
about
physical.
one of your trolls from your Facebook group. That's not what we do here.
No, he
No, we're talking
wasn't.
about this guy right here.
No, this guy runs a full group that he made just for Nathan Thompson to troll him because now Nathan Thompson's a public
Whole
figure.
presentation for Nathan here on our channel about Nathan Thompson's trolls.
No, the other way around.
The other way around here. That guy's
Yeah,
coming in
Hilo.
and started trolling Nathan, and all Nathan's done is just go over his bogus claims really quickly because
Yeah,
he tried to troll Nathan.
Seeing it different. I'm just wrong. I just see it
fucking
different.
hilarious.
Maybe I don't know, dude, but it's like I understood what he was doing there. Like it made sense to me. Like the guy hasn't like
He's a troll the whole fucking time, man. What the fuck? I don't
I've been
care
a
if he
troll.
fucking has a
I've been a
relationship with
troll.
Nathan
Oh,
in
he
one way or
doesn't.
the other.
I'm a troll. That's awesome.
He's literally
I don't know who he
around.
is. I don't know who he is.
Fucking
So he
awesome.
doesn't have a relationship with me. I just met him tonight.
He follows
You know who
Nathan
I am,
around
you
basically
fucking
That's
on
that
different
You know
platforms.
exactly who
Continue
I
with
am.
the conversation we were
You know
having.
who I am.
Yeah,
Yep.
cool. Good.
That's
That's
what
good.
I was doing. No proof of gravitational orbits, no
You know
proof
who I
of
am.
opposite vortices on a spinning
You're a
ball,
fucking
and you
joke.
think time's physical when you said it doesn't have
You
spin, doesn't
are
have
a
momentum,
fucking joke.
doesn't have height, length, or width, and you can't have an electrical charge to time.
Wah.
So
I'm
that was
Nathan.
excellent, dude. I'm so glad to have fans like you, bro.
Laugh it up, you fucking clown.
I'm not giving you shit, Dad.
But look what happened. Look what happened. You guys let a child in the server, and then you became children yourselves.
Yeah.
Like look what's happened here.
Win. That's a win.
No, it's over.
least somebody
We're gonna move on.
recognizes it.
Yeah, and second law of thermodynamics. It's just you know, he was bringing up. He's not here
Oh,
anymore. But
it's so big. The second law of thermodynamics is so big, so they like to try and go. Listen to this here. There we go.
No. Okay. I don't give a shit about the second law of thermodynamics. Let me be the troll now. Okay? You guys became the children. You know.
What an idiot.
Who's shouting?
Somebody shut me up just for everybody else to shut
No.
up, I guess.
No, I muted Chris. This dude's just concerned trolling.
Well, I was just saying, you know, when someone brings up the isolated system, that's just a mathematical concept to balance the open and closed system. It's something, you know, to use in the real world as a comparison to an isolated system to the actual real world, you know. So and what they claim about the globe is an open system, and it's completely wrong. I mean, it could not exist. Anyway, if I'm wrong about that, somebody can correct me.
But basically, the thing is, like, what that guy was doing, yeah, right? He was explaining entropy, and he was
God, we're
looking
about
the exact.
yeah.
Listen,